Gary, and wherever you are, I hate to break the news to you, the internet stream is down because Howard Stern is on.
Actually, no, they're talking about the stream that normally we fill with some gobbledygook.
But even that is down?
That's down.
So in other words, we're not on the internet right now is what you're telling me?
Right, so talk loud.
Why is that?
Because we're here? Because it's this
Because
place?
this is WQAM? Even my clicker for the damn parking lot is a piece of crap? By the way, nice job, Miguel, okay? Don't mess with my, Oh, brother.
You got a new battery. Why are you...
Yeah, what am I complaining about?
Right.
That's right. Just because he screwed up my garage door opener, that's another story.
He fixed it.
Yeah, he fixed it, yeah. There was nothing wrong with it, but he fixed it. Maybe he ought to be fixed. We got some exciting news. We got that pound 560 is now Verizon Wireless and Singular Wireless. You see that?
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Not exciting? If it sounds like we're eating, it's because Howie's brought us breakfast again, and brunch, whatever this is. My nice bacon, no-carb bacon, crispy as can be. This is the best bacon in the world from Howie's.
It's damn good.
No bones about it. And what do you got a big sandwich there?
8-inch Cuban.
Oh, brother, talk about an exaggeration. Anyway, here's the poll result. Are you people out there that are panicking, getting all bent out of shape and psychotic? If you just be calm like me and not get all whipped up into a freaking frenzy every time somebody farts, man. And by the way, speaking of that, Fat Boy's got Josh Friedman syndrome. Jeff High was in here this morning. I don't know if he's like wearing a bag or what else going on there. Maybe he's, like you said, he's just seeping a little bit. You know, like maybe a quart or two.
By the way, we're seeping back onto the internet.
Maybe needs an oil change. We are back on the internet. See, so there you go. Just relax, Gary. What is wrong with you? You people, all you want to do is complain. They ought to be on their hands and knees right now kissing the radio that they're hearing the sounds of our voices, right?
Or their computer.
And that Stern's tape is over there. I mean, whatever. Shouldn't they be kissing the radio for that? God, I don't know what the hell we're going to do about that. We're
going to enjoy it.
Even more good news. Even better news. Tomorrow being Thursday. We got the Marlins game in New York against the pathetic Mets. Of course, we got the game tonight. But tomorrow we got a day game. 1:10 p.m. pregame show at 12:35.
All right.
Looks really nice to me. And even better than that, the scuttlebutt around the building is Gary Sarner spreading rumors. You know what a schmuck he is. Gary Sarner spreading a rumor that because of the impending, we may start feeling the big blow on Friday night.
Yeah.
The big blow from Francis. And as a result of that, we may have a Marlins doubleheader against the Cubs on Friday.
Oh!
How do you like that? Wouldn't that be sweet? I'm thinking about 11:30 would be a good starting time.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we get both games in because they're very important games. And the Marlins won again last night and the Cubs lost. And the Marlins are only 3 behind a wild card. And they really got it in gear. Now they're going to do it this year again.
And we got to talk blow with the crow.
Talk some blow with a crow. Or just blow with a crow. Sounds good. I'm sure that wouldn't be the first time. But nevertheless. What's that?
I don't know. Let it go. Let's hear it.
Oh.
Channel. Nostradamus. What did he...
That's what we need to find out about the hurricane. We need to talk to Nostradamus. Because these bastards on the Weather Channel, man, you people at the Weather Channel suck. The only good one on there is Dave Schaefer, whatever his name is, who used to be, I think, on CKLW, different guy. But they're horrible. Dave Schwartz, that's his name, on the Weather Channel, the one I was talking about.
Okay.
He's good. Although he seems like he had like some kind of a physical ailment, like he can barely breathe or speak. But this Marshall Cease, man, I say we issue a cease and desist order against them for their glittering generality. That bald-headed geek they got on there in the Weather Channel, it keeps... He's worse than Brian Norcross. You think Brian's obsessed with that brown eye? This guy is, back in 26, and he's got this obsession with Miami's going to get blown off the map. He probably hates Miami, which we can understand that. So does everybody else. By the way, Teresa LePore. Oh. Hey, how you like it, Teresa? You lose. Oh. You lose. The people hate you like poison in Palm Beach. Oh. And in Broward, we hate you, Miriam. Oh, man. And Mayor Penis of Pequena.
Right.
And didn't I tell you Betty Castor?
Sure.
No, I didn't.
It's party worthy.
I thought Peter Deutsch would do better than he did. I knew she's going to win. But he really got trounced, probably too Jewish. And this time of the year, there are just too many goyim in town. So Betty Castor, and she better beat that Mel Martinez. Shouldn't we have learned never like the guy named Martinez? Remember Governor Bob Martinez? Mm-hmm. Who looked like Dracula on a bad day?
Have you seen any of his spots, by the way?
Who's that, Bob Martinez? No. I think he's dead. Former governor, Bob Martinez. Mel Martinez, no.
I'm pro-life and I'm pro-riot.
Well, you know what? He ought to be proactive right to the door and don't let it hit him on the ass on the way out. Betty Castor, baby, she's it. And there she was with the Governor Bob. We need to hang on to that Senate seat, baby. We can't afford to lose that. erupt Schmitz Creek without a paddle. So Teresa LePore gets her ass beat as supervisor of elections, even though she counted herself 4 million absentee ballots, but that didn't help. And Miriam Elephant comes in a very weak third with about 16%. And Dave Slater got 1.8% for Metro Mayor. Hey, Dave, you're a good guy, but give it up already, will you? Don't be another Ellis Rubin. Another professional candidate.
Well, there'll never be another Ellis Rubin.
That is for sure, and you know what? Thank God for that.
Oh, God.
Right. But, and then, of course, the thing in those two, Mayor Penis.
Right.
10%.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't even come close, Alice. Alice Penis Pequeña.
Totally alienated everybody.
He alienated everybody.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He alienated
but that's a good sign, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good sign. I think some of your people are starting to finally wise up after they've been screwed so many times.
Well, he's a Democrat anyway. They were going to vote for him anyway.
Yeah, that's right. He came out too much against Bush. So he really screwed himself all the way around.
Painted himself into a corner.
And then when the rumor started about him and Juan Mendieta, I think that was the end of it.
Those rumors you started?
Yeah, the ones that I started about his cockatoo on his shoulder. Here's the poll result from yesterday. Which of these is or was of most interest to you? And it just makes kind of sense. 1,753 votes. And Hurricane Francis, it would seem to me, logically, right?
Yeah.
These people have got their eye on the ball, their eye on the brown eye. They're over there at Publix getting their water.
Sure. You know,
stocking up on canned
is,
goods and peaches. What is that?
Francis.
Is it really? Well, she blows.
Yes, she does.
Hurricane Francis, 769. When is Hank coming back? 290. I wish I had an answer for that. I'm thinking tomorrow, especially after Mo's in that performance with Don yesterday. That was so, and I can't blame him. I don't want to blame Shy because he's a good kid, but whoever was in there supposedly giving him the heads up on whatever was going on, he just sat down there. I was on the way to the store and I got the radio on, and I thought, well, I'll listen to my close personal bald-headed Mo, buddy.
Right.
And wow, what a mess. And the sad part of it is he didn't, he didn't know who the hell I was even. Yeah, he's only been here 2 years, but, you know, when you live up there in Boca, you're kind of isolated. I'm the one that's supposed to be out of touch. I know, Don. Believe you me, okay?
Don't they have their own television?
In fact, Don is a friend of mine, and believe me, Mo, you don't know Don. Okay? Anyway, when is Hank coming back 290? I'm thinking tomorrow, weather permitting. What?
Okay, I know.
He's not going to come back here. He's not a total...
That's a good excuse.
He's not a total idiot. If we're going to have the big storm, he's not coming back into town tomorrow. And neither would I. Although I'm not bailing out early. Everybody's around here. Oh, you're going to get out of here early? I'm going to be here and tough it out, man. I was here during Andrew.
What a trooper.
What a pooper. You're right. And I'm not going to bail out. I don't think we're getting it anyway. Now, I probably shouldn't even say that. That's based only on my personal opinion.
You're going to get people killed!
Yeah, that's right. Don't pay any attention to me. I'm just another amateur meteorologist. Although it seems to me if you keep your eye on the brown eye, and you keep watching these things and Miss Kamal, I heard Mad Dog yesterday say Miss Kamal is the most hysterical. I don't know what kind of pills Mad Dog is doing because Miss Kamal has been until last night. And now he's starting to lose it. And he's talking about what a gigantic storm this is. Now, somebody's wrong, because either it's a gigantic hurricane or it's a small but very dangerous one. But it can't be both. Can it be big and small at the same time? Unless maybe it's like a...
fluctuating.
Yeah. Maybe it swells and then it kind of like subsides.
Some things do.
Yeah. When is Hank coming back 290? How bad will the Dolphins do this year? 164. WQAM, hello.
790, now guys.
The Democratic Convention, 131. The Howard Stern Show, 118. The Olympics, 118. Now that, how do you rationalize that? All of a sudden, now that it's over for 3 days, now they care about the Olympics? Or
maybe those are the people that were in it.
Could be. There were a lot of them. Today's election, meaning yesterday, only 75. How many people turned out yesterday for the vote?
About 30, man.
But just enough to beat Teresa LePore and Miriam Elephant. That's all we care about. Oh, God. Well, how sweet. Republican Convention, 62, and the MTV Awards, dead last, only 28. Yeah, I heard Joe Rose this morning on 790. Sounded pretty good. Nice going there, Joe. Little dog.
Joe and Zach.
Joe and Zach, our buddies, sounded pretty good. In fact, they inspired me to take 2 polls today. I only had one I was going to do, but we'll do that later on when we get around to it. Here's poll number 1. Oh, and we got on the beaded curtain today, Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
So I don't have to do any homework on that. If I have to explain to you Marilyn Monroe, then, I mean, get lost. All you're trying to do is tell us.
I have no life.
Right. Get with it. So there she is with her boobies hanging out. Sure. It's not certainly the most attractive Marilyn Monroe picture
but it's her.
See, but it's her and it's her boobies. So that's right. I know you folks out there. It's all it takes.
They're real.
They are. Well, they were real. They're not too good.
They're still real.
They're not too good right now.
They're shriveled, but real.
Before tuning into Neil today, I listened to, because I'm kind of curious, I think Joe Rose is going to do pretty good over there on 790. I think the rest of their lineup sucks. I'm not a big Craig Minervini fan, although the sports nerds, I heard Mad Dog going on just licking his buttocks the other day. Craig Minervini is just another sports twerp. Most of these people don't mean too much. I mean, I know you're a big fan of his.
Yeah.
But who? And then they got the guy, what's the guy's name from ESPN? Dan the man, I don't know what his name is. Dan Patrick.
Okay.
No relation to Van Patrick. And then, of course, they got Dan LeBastard from the Herald in the afternoon, who's just an absolute bozo, who's going to tell you again that it was the Cubans that won the World Series again last year, even though we didn't have Levon this time. But just an imbecile. In fact, we're so delighted to get him off of QAM and out of this building so he doesn't keep screwing up the equipment. We're ecstatic to have Dan LeBastard out of here. So they got a pretty lame lineup except for Joe Rose, but I think Joe's going to do a pretty good job. Because Joe was doing great here, and then, of course, he got screwed over and led down a garden path and strung along by Greg, who lies and lies and lies, I think it's good that he's got his deal over there. Now, why was he on so early? I asked somebody that, and they said, well, it's because they're opening day today at 790 the ticket, and so as a result, he went on early. I think his regular hours are 8 to 11.
I wouldn't know.
And ordinarily, we'd say, well, gee, he's competing with you, Neil. No, well, we're not ordinarily on much before 11. No. This week only because Stern is on vacation, and so these tapes, they can't have Robin doing all those important news stories because it might be a little bit dated, like us doing Alien and the Pope again. Right?
We could do that.
We could do Alien and the Pope. In fact, we might play it right now after we get through playing Mana Mana a couple of times. Okay, here's the first poll question. Before tuning in to Neil today, I listened to Howard Stern, Joe Rose, WIOD, NPR. Oh, and I couldn't believe, I listened a little to WIOD this morning because of the hurricane thing, and they had that Miss John McLaughlin is still on over there. I can't believe she's still on there. The news lady who used to be at INZ wearing them big silly hats. Oh, my God. Who she got naked pictures of? NPR, that's George's choice. He listens a lot to NPR. Ron and Paul. Oh, man, talk about stale. Footy. Power 96. I didn't mention all the stations on here because Lex and Terry. Isn't that their name? Lincoln Stink? Yeah. Air America, which I heard about 2 minutes of that morning abortion this morning. That's bad.
Oh, you heard the best part of it if you heard the morning.
Oh, Steve Kane, Mr. Ego, Other Radio, which that's as many as we're putting on there, okay? Or No Radio.
Which is in the lead.
What do we got so far? No Radio 6. They already discovered the new poll stuff. We just got a smattering 15 vote. No Radio 6, Air America 3, Howard Stern 2.
Hey, why'd you put on there like Ron and Paul? Paul's going to be very upset that you put Ron first.
Isn't it young Ron and old Paul? Isn't that what it is? The young come first, man. The old have to work on it. So that's the deal there. That's the first poll. We'll get to the other one a little bit later on. We want to get 1 million calls here today. What's your take? How much plywood are you buying? Are you battening down the hatches? I don't think it... And we'll have another advisory at about 10 minutes before 11. And we'll be right on top of the weather channel there, even as bad as they are. I just don't like the job they're doing. I think they're pretty weak. And, of course, the one thing we do understand is that this is so imprecise.
Yeah.
The good news for us is that the new cone that they're showing, which I think it's Jamaica Shake. The new cone they're showing on there, we're on the ass end. This is the farthest to the edge, on the bottom edge of the cone that we've been so far. The key, it seems to me, the key to the whole thing is if it will slow down a little bit. Just take your time, Francis. Slow down a little bit and kind of mosey and meander a little bit more to the north. What they're not talking about or telling us today, for some bizarre reason, since they're making us all into amateur meteorologists, they've been hawking with this crap about, the high-pressure system that's over here. You know, they've been showing, and of course, Miss Norcross, she's got the little brown eye in the middle of all these different spastic systems here, you know. And we're supposed to become experts on that. And now they're not talking about that. So we don't know if that one high, if Jeff High is like just hanging there, huh? Or if it's like maybe weakened a little bit.
Hiya, Pally!
Yeah.
He could change the course of it.
Oh, boy, does he smell bad. So anyway, what? There's something, I'm telling you. And I sat in here after he waddled out of here the first time, and then you came in with Tommy, and the both of you said, man. And then, of course, you probably thought I did it. Well, I didn't do that. I had to have my bacon yet. I'll bet you did. I don't care. No, I never did anything that smelled like that.
No, you're not stinky. I'll give you that.
Holy cow.
For an old guy.
Anyway, a hurricane warning is in effect for the southeastern Bahamas. Tropical storm warning remains in effect for the north coast of the La República Dominicana from Punta Gorda westward to Manzanillo Bay. I wonder if they call it Punta Gorda or Punta Gorda.
Punta Quinte.
At 8 o'clock this morning, the brown eye of the hurricane was located by a reconnaissance aircraft near latitude 21.4 north. Now, remember it was 19.6?
Yeah, what?
Now it's 21.4 north. It's moving north-northwest at about 16 miles an hour with top winds of 140. It's still a Cat 4, as they say. Cat 4.
What's a Cat 4?
I don't know.
Microwave.
This general motion is expected to continue with a gradual decrease in forward speed during the next 24 hours. That's what we can hope for. We're going to expect maybe the big blow to start as early as Friday night, starting to get some effects of it, some like side effects. But again, my personal opinion, now everybody out there can give us their expertise. Let's see, No Radio 10, Air America 10. All those liberal people out there, all those folks that think we're going to change the world on the radio. We're not. I don't want to burst your bubble. We got Teresa LePore beat. I'll take credit for that. All my friends out there in Palm Beach, they wrote in Pat Buchanan instead of her. They did. All those crazy old Jews. 26 past 10 at 560 WQM. We got Curtis Stevenson for the Mad Dog today.
All right.
You don't want to overdo it. In fact, he's probably, since he's got that construction company of his, he's probably like putting up the shutters and doing all that stuff at his house today, wouldn't you think?
I would think.
Being a handy guy that
Having
he is.
somebody else do it.
Then we got Mo Howard David, which may be the last appearance for Mo on a Hank Goldberg show anyway.
Absolutely.
At 4 this afternoon, we don't know. Time will tell. Marlins on deck at 6:35. Marlins at the pathetic Mets again, 7:10 tonight. How about those Yankees last night?
Oh!
22-0, the worst loss in franchise history. I love it. And then Eddie K after the baseball game tonight. Fat Boy says, well, what do you think of that hockey game last night? Get out of here. Make believe crap, you know, just so they can get some money in their pockets, the players and the owners and all this other crap, so they can turn around and stab all the fans in the back. It's really sad. Don't send your money in those Panthers, by the way. There aren't going to be no season. Hey, when you're moving or renovating, that's the best time to dial 1-800-MATTRESS. Make that first night in your dream house heavenly with a brand new top-quality name brand mattress from our good close friends at Dial a Mattress. Nice job, by the way, Miguel. Screw up my garage door opener. Don't forget, you still pick the date and time for delivery to fit your move-in schedule, and Dial a Mattress is on time 99.7% of the time. Nobody's got a better selection of queen and king-size mattress sets ready for immediate delivery than Dial a Mattress, and when you call that number, you'll get you a unbeatable deal. Great mattress, discount price, what's not to like? Dial a Mattress is ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction. They were winners of the 2004 Better Business Bureau Local Torch of Excellence Award. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll choose from the complete line of Sealy, Serta, King Coil, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster, too. All the smart folks around here at QAM and all around town have called 1-800-MATTRESS for the new beds, which I've been doing for years. If you're moving, send a college kid off to college, or you just want a good night's sleep for a long time, this is the smart way to do your shopping. Just sit there on your fat old ass and make that one easy call. You can check them on the web if you like, first at mattress.com, but then pick up that instrument and dial 1-800-MATTRESS. They'll be there in no time at all. 1-800-MATTRES.
That's on and the Hammer. What a powerhouse lineup. 560 QAM.
Push back the move!
Ann Coulter is a party girl. Party girl. Party girl. Ann Coulter is a party girl. Party girl. Party girl.
On her back, legs are spread. Nancy, gives to it. Nancy, Nancy, Nancy,
A moralist monster, a good girl who wants to be a media home, prefers it on top quiver. You want more on this lady? Here's what I'll give you. She's got a book to read about slandering. Nobody knows more about slandering out with a big stupid mouth. Anyone to the left of Mangala, such a good Christian girl, you want to strangle her. Pontificating who she's hating, political pundit pontificating, scrub on the floor and a Republican skanky hole. She's a federalissimo, making liberal a dirty word, you know, in a miniskirt showing camel toe. And Coulter knows what cake can be in a miniskirt that smells fishy. She's a tall drink of water on the side of Law and Order with a back alley look. If you like your broads taller, if you got the money, she'll spread those legs with a cigarette and a Chardonnay. And Coulter, political pundit, the angel of the right and the easy.
Wait, 10:32 at 560 WQM. There's
tropical storm warnings still in effect for the northern coast of the Dominican Republic.
We don't care about the Dominican Republic. With all due respect for our friends in La República Dominicana, we don't care about that, do we?
No.
Or the Bahamas. Well, no, I do care about that. We got to put Bob and Tom on there. Lynn says scratchy. Comes in scratchy, but better than the others. She's listening to Bob and Tom. A good choice. You put that on there?
I already did, yeah.
Well, there you go. In between eating his 14 sandwiches, George put Bob and Tom on the poll. Here's the way it looks so far. What did you listen before tuning into Neil today? I listened to Howard Stern. Thank God. 27. Nice going, Greg. 27 for the Sternmeister. And again, keep in mind, that's the best of thing. It's on tape. It's rehashed old stuff. No radio, 21. Well, how the hell did they know what time we were coming on then? I guess they must have some kind of a psychic vibration. Maybe somebody knocks on the door and says, "Hey, Neil's on now. The coast is clear." 21. Air America, 18. How sad. Other radio, 12. Ones that we didn't put on there yet. Joe Rose, 11. On ESPN 790, The Ticket. Sounded good, Joe and Zach. And they were eating Krispy Kreme donuts, too.
Were they?
Yeah. That's what Joe said. Said that Zach had 7, and that was only like at about 8:15. NPR 9, Lex and Terry 8, Ron and Paul 3. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Do you see what I see?
Yeah. It's showing
Lex
up in the ratings
and
that way.
Terry, Schmeck and Drek have got 8, and Old Ron and Ancient Paul have only got 3. I guess that's not our crowd. Man, I don't think it's... Oh, Mr. Ego, Steve Kane, too. WIOD up here. Maybe they like Miss McLaughlin and that nice hair and the freaky hats that she wears. You ever see a guy wear like a big, like a fedora? No, what? A fedora is like a smaller hat, right?
No, fedora is like what Drudge
wasn't
wears.
Michael wearing a fedora in The Godfather?
He was, but he was wearing it with the brim up.
I see. Well, maybe they're just brimming over with confidence there at WIOD, even though their numbers are in the tank, including Rush. Nobody for Power 96 or Footy. That's not our crowd. The Punks, 132 votes. Thanks whoever sent me this toner cartridge. I was only joking about that the other day. I mean, I could afford to go out there to Office Depot and all these other places. Any place, right? They got that crap.
Sure.
Not that expensive. I could handle it.
No.
But somebody, free is always better. We'll take it.
And easier.
We'll take anything here on this show for free. Anything you got. Then we got that horrible thing in Russia. 3 people have already been killed. Armed attackers seized a school in southern Russia, took at least 100 people hostage. Emergency officials told Russia's Interfax news agency that 1 attacker and 2 civilians were killed. 9 people wounded in the attack this morning. There was shooting at the time of the attack as well as afterward. There was an unconfirmed report that 14 children hid during the attack and were able to escape. First they said 15 kids were released, but now comes that 14 hid, and they were able to wiggle their way out, and more power to them. More crazy crap going on in the world, boys and girls. That's all I can tell you. A lot of crazy crap. WQAM, hello. Good one. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I wanted to talk to Neil.
You're speaking to him.
Oh, hi, Neil.
How are you?
Great. Gee, it's great to talk to you. Listen,
It
I
is.
just wanted to say you thought that...
Even when I talk to myself, I say, God, it's great to talk to me.
Not part of the Paul and Ron crowd?
I beg your pardon?
You mentioned something about maybe the people that listen to you are not part of the Paul and
Well,
Ron
I'm
crowd?
just looking at the result on the poll here.
Yeah. Well, I voted for Lex and Terry because first of all, I can't wait for you.
Yeah.
But, Paul and Ron, I can't stand them. I only listened to them when there was nothing else to listen to. I couldn't wait for anything else to come on. And when Lex and Terry came along, well, it was just a natural
I think now that we got Stern back on here, I think Paul and Ron are out. I think
I
we're done.
can't stand Stern either.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about the genre,
Yeah. Well, anyway, great to have you back on the radio. I love you, and whatever.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great day. See ya.
Bye.
Okay, there's a nice guy. He's happy. Sounded like a happy camper. We like happy people, okay? We like nice people. We like happy people. We don't like people like that sourpuss that sent me the fax. You're streaming. We're streaming right now, okay? In fact, believe me, we got a big yellow stream running right down somebody's leg in the building.
High boy, I think.
Especially when we start talking about Screwan and Troy. Anyway, Howard Stern's got 35, and then Screwan and Greg and Screwan. Man, she sure is getting around, you know what? Back in the day, I might have had a discussion about how many, I can't do it. I don't even want to go there, you know? I was talking about penises, I was thinking.
You're in good company.
Who do you think has seen more penises, me or Screwan?
Lately?
No, not lately.
Over
just
their life?
over a lifetime. Keep in mind, I'm a little older than she is. She's older than you think, by the way. Yeah. And, well, think about it. Before turning into Neil today, I listened to, I can still say that, can't I? I can talk about, not too loud, though. Howard Stern 35. Let's hear it for Howie. Okay. Air America 28. It's just amazing to me. It's astonishing. Aren't you blown away by that?
No.
That is so bad. And then, of course, we got the tapes on right now, which unfortunately is like yesterday's stuff that she's talking about. Tape from yesterday. Nice going there, David Ross, you idiot. No radio at all, 25. They're waiting to hear the sound of my voice. Thank you so much. You people are just, I don't know. Other radio, 17, ones we don't have listed here. Joe Rose, 15. Nice going, Joe, baby. I hope he sticks it to us, you know what? That's not a good way to say it.
No.
But I mean that. I hope he does well, is what I mean. I didn't mean I hope he sticks it to us. But I hope he does very well. Because the sports people, they want to hear some sports nerd stuff, you know? They don't want to hear about Robin and the Dykes and that stuff. They want to hear about sports nerds.
Right.
They want to hear about Dykes in the locker room.
Heterosexual things like sports and
not like Dykes.
Fun.
Joe Rose 16. NPR 12, you got a dirty dozen there. Lex and Terry 9. Ron and Paul only 5. Are they alive or what?
I have no life.
Huh? I guess they liked that material the first time on all the other shows. Bob and Tom have got 3. Oh, if they were only in this market. Huh?
Yeah.
Now, you know something? What station are they on so I can listen to it these couple of days I'm going to be here? Because I find myself all the way to work, that horrible drive to work, I find myself just punching all over because I'm not into the Stern thing, and that's just the way it is, and I'm never going to be.
You could listen to our good friend Phil Latzman and his morning.
I don't listen to NPR.
Yeah.
I'm not an intellectual like you are.
What? It's just news.
I don't want to hear the news. News is depressing. I want to be entertained. I want to be amused.
Yeah, good luck to you.
I want Bob and Tom.
Right. I don't know what they're on. Somebody will know.
Isn't it the Gator?
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Nothing is greater than the
Number?
Gator. I don't know. And I heard a guy called Mad Dog yesterday. He was very upset about the possibility of the hurricane because he's been waiting so long for that football game, the Hurricanes and FSU.
Mm-hmm.
Well, God forbid that we should have to, postpone or cancel or, isn't that the important thing? Not that we don't get killed and blown away and everybody's house blown down and all kinds of horrendous billions of dollars in damage, stuff like that. But, that game, you know? That's the important part, right?
Of course.
Good. Bob and Tom 3, WIOD 3, Steve Kane, Mr. Ego 2, Footy 1. How do you like that? We got a 100 person listening. Footy, he's bad. You know something I've noticed about, of course, radio in this market sucks anyway, but the morning shows, the other day I was flipping around, listening to bits of shows that I haven't listened to in here, including Ron and Paul. They all sound the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing. They got some stupid chick on there. They're trying desperately now to talk about sex stuff, which they can't really do. Yeah. Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. And so they're trying to do stuff that they can't do, but as much of it as they possibly can. You know, like talking about screwing and penises. Power 96, none. And that's good because we don't want the Power 96 people because they stay over there with Kid Curry. He wants your help. Let's see. Here's a fax from Chip. Did I see Tom Blowchild's interview with King Bush about his reaction to Maureen Dowd's new book, Bush World? He actually admitted to liking Maureen, but hating the New York Times, but he still reads it, much to Martha Bush's chagrin. No, I did not see that. I don't watch. You know what really kills me? The people who say, well, I listen to Rush because I like to hear what the other side is saying. Get out of here. Get out of town with this crap. Oh, here's Mike in Hollyweird. It says, Beastly Broadcasting has destroyed the Neil Rogers show. You can't even play some of your classic bits anymore. Look at that. I can't even say that. Mornings I listen to a real psycho. I forget his name on 88.9 FM. They play jazz. Probably have a total of 4 listeners in this really cultured city, but it's better than Love 94. Who listens to Love 94? Probably the same number of people listen to KAT and their classical music.
About 30,
I haven't found one yet.
And don't forget, if you don't start listening to KAT and the classical music, they don't want to threaten you, but they're going to have to change that floor mat. Oh, and look at this. Oh, this makes me want to squeeze my privates.
I'll turn around.
Greg Budell on 640.
640.
I don't have any idea. I don't know. I have no idea what that is even. Do you? And don't forget, we got 8 minutes away from 10 minutes before the hour. We got the new advisory coming on, Francis.
Yeah.
See, at least we'll be on top of this. We won't be talking about sports stuff, and we don't have to have Don.
No.
As much as I like him, he's a good guy, and he does a good job. I like Don, no. But you notice they didn't come to us and offer, well, would you guys like? But when the sports segments are on, they're putting on Channel 10, Don.
No.
Because they're our partner, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like Hyman Roth was Michael Corleone's partner. Do you know what I mean? In fact, I think Don would have liked to have shot somebody yesterday. You know who I mean?
Absolutely.
With that horrible intro that he got. Like, who is this? Who is this guy we got here? Don, I don't know. What is this? Is this about the hurricane, I guess, from our new partner? And it wasn't Mo's fault. It was whoever was in there producing, leading him by the hand. You know, when you get to be old and doddering like that, you need somebody to lead you by the hand. But that bacon was sure good, man. Thanks, Howie's. And they just sent in the right amount, too, not like a whole enormous, about like 15 pigs full of it. That one day last year, they damn near killed me. They damn near put me in a grave. My insides were slathered with lard for like months after that. But it is the best. You want good bacon, go to Howie's, which is located on 441 at somewhere. What is it? No, the one thing we never do is we never plug them enough. They have been feeding this station for a
We just say Howie's. We don't tell people. They're at 2430 South State Road 7, 7 in Miramar.
Oh, they will. Too many bacon bits and your roids will pop.
954-989-7707.
Well, we don't have to get carried away, but I mean, at least to give them a nice plug because they're great folks.
Well, they're
mostly
delivery, so
they love us and they do delivery and they deliver to us all the time. And they've been feeding a lot of fat people here for a long time too. Look at that poll. We'll keep this one on there. What, about noon or 11:30?
All right, you're good.
Okay. Like I said. Before tuning in to Neil today, we're just doing this like out of we weren't even going to do this, but I got inspired. We got 200 votes already. How do you like that? Howard Stern, 44. Oh, hallelujah. Our Savior. Right? We don't care whether we listen to his show or not. All we want is him to bring us even bigger numbers than ever and assure us those bonuses all the time and make sure that when he comes back from vacation, he goes on at length. Maybe he'll talk about his vacation next week and all the dikes that he did. And he'll go on to 11:30, 11:45.
We can only hope.
Yeah. Howard Stern, 44. No Radio, 37. Air America, 36. That is shocking. Joe Rose, 22. Joe Rose, right out of the box with no promotion, no publicity except for me, of course. Joe Rose, 22. How do you like that? What are we going to do about our management?
I dumped the bitch right now.
There you go. Other Radio, 23. NPR, 16. Lex and Terry and their Yahoo Redneck Shrink Advice, 9. Bob and Tom, 6. Ron and Paul, 6. Now, Bob and Tom aren't even on in the market. They're on Palm Beach, and we'll find out from somebody as soon as I take some calls if I ever get around to it, where they're on. I think it's the Gator. But they're not even in the market. They got as many as Ron and Paul and Ron. What does that tell you? I'd be embarrassed. WIOD 5. Mr. Ego's still stuck on those 2. One of them, I'm sure, is Gilbert. Footy's got 1, and Power 96 now, 212 votes. We'll find out what that station is. WQAM, hello.
Hey, it's 98.7 the Gator, Bob and Tom. Neil.
All right, thanks, Pally. He sounded like kind of a Gator guy. And I thought it was 98 point something. Boy, I'm really on top of it, you know what? Tom Jick, I think, let's send out a search party. No comment.
What about him?
I thought when it got to be September, when we turned the page on the calendar, maybe he had the month of August off or something like that. Or maybe he died and they just don't want to tell us about it. If there's anybody who's seen Tom Jicka alive in the last 30 days, please
about 30, man.
Call in and let us know. Because he hasn't written anything in all summer.
Maybe that's not his job anymore.
And those Q&A things on Sunday, like I said, those are in the can. He writes those way ahead of time, makes up the questions months ahead, and then makes up his own answers. But he has written nothing. And all the momentous stuff that's going on between Air America and Stern being on and Hank being suspended and on vacation and Geldy being like the odd man out pretty much. And then they always say, well, he's still got that Saturday show. Well, what does that mean? For $350,000 a year, you better believe he ought to be doing some kind of a show on his station. Little squealing punk. And then, of course, the Mo thing. Mo is in limbo. Now, I guess you don't run into him, did you? I saw his car here the last couple of days when I left, but I didn't...
No, we don't overlap anymore.
Why not? Well, where does he hang out?
Because he doesn't show up until, like, close to 4.
Well, maybe that wasn't his car.
I don't know.
I thought it was his car. I thought it was that white Jew canoe that he drives. Huh? Or maybe he's in there with Greg. I doubt it. Or maybe he's hanging out with Gary Cerner. I think Gary likes him because he drives that Jew canoe. Anything Jewish, Gary likes it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Wireless and Singular Wireless line. We better get used to saying that. I got that sitting in front of me now.
I'll have to tape up a new label.
Pound 560 on the Verizon Wireless and Singular Wireless line starting today.
Oh!
And, of course, the other one, which we won't mention. Well, WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
I was listening to the Stern show this morning, and I heard him use the female genitalia. word out there, and I was wondering, aren't you guys like not supposed to use that on the air?
I don't know. Ask Duff. He'll tell you. Don't worry about it. Grow up already, will you please?
That's every day now. A day does not go by without at least 5 people telling me that they heard a fart sound or some other word.
Let me say it again, okay? I'm not in the sandbox. I really don't care. I'm not a little child. Howard did it. I don't care what he does. I'm not in it. I don't listen to it. I don't care.
And all that does is...
In addition to which, I know it may come as a shock to you, but we're doing just fine on this show. We just had a killer book. And all during the spring book, did we play any fart sounds?
No.
Did we say any of those words?
No.
No, in fact, the restrictions are ridiculous, but that's okay. Somehow people still listen like crazy.
We did fart a lot.
Oh, we farted a lot very silently, okay? We farted a lot because we're thinking of that bitch Joyce over there on the West Coast that's screwing up our lives. But we're doing just fine. But there's another little one of them Schmidt disturbers. Howard said this, and you said that, and you can't play this, and the Beasley suck. That paycheck man is just gigantic. It is huge. It is so huge. Even the He-Coon would be impressed. It is so huge. Just like the margin by which Teresa LePore got her ass beat in Palm Beach last night. It was huge. Just like the margin by which the people of Broward told Miriam Elephant to take a walk. Take her trunk and pack it.
The baby elephant walk?
Right. The baby elephant walk right out of town. It was huge. Just like the margin that Alex Penelas got his ass whomped yesterday in his bid for the Senate. It was huge. It was humongous. So there you go, Alex. What's he going to do now? I guess he can just be the parrot on Mickey Arison's shoulder now that he made that sweetheart deal with him, you know. You're a liar, Alex. You're a liar and you're a bullcrap artist. And speaking of hurricanes, was it Hugo? Was that the one that went just off the coast 3 years ago? I think it was Hugo.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
And don't you remember that day when he was getting everybody whipped up? It was already past Dade and already even past Broward. Here's the mayor of Dade County getting on the air. It was already, we're looking at it on the TV. It's already moving into Palm Beach County. And then, of course, Al Sunshine with his big fat ham hocks, who luckily I haven't seen on TV when I've been home this time. I hope I never see him again. He's up there bitching out the people at the Floridian up there in Fort Lauderdale just because they were open to feed some people. Oh, well, they told you you're supposed to be closed. Aren't you ashamed? And he's waving his big fat hand. And by the way, I'll have a BLT. I thought that was the most embarrassing thing I ever saw, the fact that he was actually stuffing his fat face while he was bitching them out for being open. And then he took some takeout with him. He had a doggy bag.
You know, the cheese meatloaf is really
Piece of crap, Al Fat Sunshine, you ham hock turd. You and Michelle Gillen, man, the two you ought to be alone. I think it's the same person. Yeah.
I think I've seen them together.
Just on his fat days, he's Al Sunshine. How is what's her name doing on Channel 6, by the way? She's still on, Kelly Craig? I heard she fell off the edge. I heard she flopped off the edge of the screen. She pulled a Dave game. We love you, Kelly, but lose an ounce, please. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is Neil in?
You're speaking to him.
Oh, how are you doing, Neil?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great. But I have a little bit of information.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't have time for
the winds still the same at 140 miles an hour, sustained winds in the center of this hurricane. And moving toward the west-northwest at about 16 miles an hour, the central pressure that was measured by the hurricane hunters earlier in the morning, 937 millibars. As it continues its westward movement, we will continue to watch.
This is unacceptable. That was the 8 a.m. The new one, the 11 a.m. one, is out right now because they come in 10 minutes before each hour, and they're still on the Weather Channel. They're still peddling you news that's 3 hours old. Shame on you people! I'm going online right now on NOAA. I'm getting out the Ark. I'm getting to a very animal. I'm going online right now on NOAA. One moment, please. Okay, if this computer will ever move.
Light about rainfall, say on the order of 1 to 3 inches around the Dominican Republic, but of course very heavy rainfall, very strong winds into the Turks and the Caicos and also into the Bahamas. This visible satellite, an actual photograph from a satellite of the hurricane, shows a very impressive, formidable storm, a large area. Hurricane force winds extend 80 miles outside of the center of this hurricane. Its projected path would bring it toward the Florida coast, we think, sometime this weekend. It could actually begin to affect the southern coast of Florida as early as late tomorrow night or Friday morning. But if its path takes it a little bit more to an easterly turn, it will be probably Sunday or Monday before it begins to affect the Georgia coast or the South Carolina coast. But the path, still the jury out on this. However, it is definitely going to impact.
In other words, they don't know crap. Just like with Charlie, man. Sorry, Charlie. They don't know anything. And they still got the 8 a.m. advisory on there. Don't we have one every 3 hours at 11 o'clock? Aren't we supposed to have a new one?
Supposed to.
That's the only reason I put that crap on there and interrupted that very important call. Maybe he wanted to tell us that Greg Bedell and Don Agony are doing mornings on WJNA 640 AM. It's an adult standards format station. Old fart station, not adult. Old, ancient. Frank Sinatra, Barbara Streisand, Patty Page.
Oh, I see.
If you see a sand dune, da-da. They're followed by Chuck Zink and Joyce Kaufman. Oh, my God. Skipper Upchuck. I think it says it all. It says it right here.
Playing
Bob
music?
and Tom are on it. Yes, playing old music. Well, even the geriatrics have to make a living, you know. Times are tough these days. Now that the president wants you to put your Social Security into,
Find a way.
Terry Como stuff.
And it goes round,
Into Enron. Bob and Tom are on the Gator 98.7 FM, which you can pick up in Dade with the Power FM from Radio Shack, or listen online at bobandtom.com. Well, in the car, it's kind of hard to listen online. But I bet you I'm going to try tomorrow morning listening to Bob. I love Bob and Tom. They are great. The guy in the mornings, 88.9 FM, is Frank Consola. He's quite a character. I swear that I heard the name Bob Lassiter on WKAT yesterday. Wow.
What word did you say?
Now, where the hell is Bob Lassiter on this thing? Did we take him off of here?
Of course not. LAS dash.
No, I'm not talking about on there. I'm talking about on, he used to have
on that?
Holy cow.
Oh, no. We don't want to lose old Bob Lassiter.
I didn't know he was dead.
Also, it says, please get Bill O'Brien to make a fart drop like squirt squirt. A fart drop. We can't do that.
I think they're saying fart.
I think you're saying fart. Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Of course,
we'll have to check it with Joyce, not Joyce Kaufman, but our own Joyce, the legal beagle over there in the West.
We already know the answer.
And find out if we can say fart. I think the answer is no. We can't say it, we can't do it, we can't smell it, unless it's in an elevator. And one of the Beasleys dropped it. It probably smells like grits. Let's see. Now, what is this? My wife telling me to take out the garbage. Actually, Imus, says John in Columbia, South Carolina. You know Chronic John, the faxer? Mm-hmm. I have no idea what that means. Do you? He was listening to Imus this morning. Uh-huh. Well, wouldn't that come out of the category of other? We wouldn't dignify putting Imus on there because he's only got about
30, man.
listeners. So why would we put him on?
Is he even on in the market?
Columbia, South Carolina. Isn't that a perfect market for the I-Man?
Of course.
Sounds perfect to me. With that cowboy hat, and with a ranch, and buying the farm and all the other crap. A dead man in a cowboy suit. Before tuning in to Neil today, I listened to, we have 269 votes already. I'm impressed, aren't you?
Sure, why not?
Howard Sperm, 62 for Howie. Oh. All right. Nice going, Greg. You idiot. No radio at all, 51. Scare America, 47 for Air America. Maybe we don't know something. Maybe there's something we're missing. Other radio, 27. Joe Rose, 26. First day on 790 this morning. Nice going, Joe, baby. He sounded really good. Good. I mean, I'm not interested in what he's talking about, but it doesn't make any difference. Oh, he was talking about Zach and the Donuts. I like that. That was good. 26 for Joe Rose on ESPN 790, the ticket where all the sports nerds are going as Greg kisses the sports audience goodbye. NPR 21, Lex and Terry 11, Ron and Paul 8, Bob and Tom 7, WIOD 6, Mr. Ego 3, I guess he just cast his vote, Footy 3, and Power 96 none. Now how come we got 3? Oh, that's right, they're white. They're Anglos who listen to Y100.
They are?
Aren't they?
I don't know who they are.
Teenagers.
I haven't met one yet.
You never met anybody that listens to Y100?
I have a teenager. She has lots of friends. We've talked about it. Well, they don't know anybody that listens to Y100.
Well, maybe nobody does. Maybe Footy voted, and his 2 kids.
I ran into him the other day.
Footy?
Yeah.
I don't know him. I've never met him. He doesn't like me, I'll tell you that.
Apparently not. He was awfully chummy for what it's worth. Could have been fake.
Well, then why do you say apparently not?
Because I've heard those stories as well.
Oh, he hates me. He thinks that this is the worst radio in history of mankind, and that I'm whatever, you know.
But he was awfully friendly. It was at Miami Velvet.
How did you know him? How do you know it was him? And how do you know it was you?
I was at Miami Velvet with Troy Stratford. Apparently they know each other, and Troy made the introductions.
Yeah. And
nothing. We shook hands, and...
how was it? Was it clammy? Fat Boy's got a clammy hand, by the way. It's probably from squeezing that cane too hard.
Warm and firm.
Don't ever squeeze cane too hard. Let's see. Pedro says, your station management can't win. If there's an interruption on your show for Hurricane Francis, you'd go nuts saying, I don't want it that way on my show. So they don't have any updates on your show. You're still going, oh, look at this. Now, this is old Sourpuss, who used to be little Jerry. Squiggly Jerry. Now he's typing it out.
We welcome any and all interruptions.
That's right. The point I was making is we don't need the interruptions. We're putting it on from the Weather Channel. That was my point, is that we're perfectly competent to sit here and discuss it ourselves. Pedro, a.k.a. Little Jerry, a.k.a. whatever other misfit name your name is today. Debbie says the best site for weather is www.wunderground.com. Click on topics, all kinds of great maps, great tracking, wonderful graphics, and the world is coming to an end.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Oh, my God.
On 560 QAM.
Your breasts are beautiful.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's oily, and old. Looks like the Quaker Oats guy. Smells from the body roll mold. Barbara Bush has body down and eyes full of her eyes popped out. It happened when she realized she raised for criminal clowns. Barbara Bush has body down and eyes. And she's nasty, old and crafty. And she raised for fights and nasties. She's atrocious and takes umbrage to anyone who says they want no voice. Walks like she's carrying a bowling ball between her thighs and has Marty Feldman eyes. She's advocating to score as if she's always surprised. She's wiggle when she talks. Barbara Bush has Marty Feldman eyes. She gave us George Bush and Jeb Bush, not to mention Neil and Robin Bush. Filthy rich and fat and smells just like the magic sauce on a Big Mac. Barbara Bush resembles Ernest Borgnine on a bad day with Marty Feldman eyes.
Maybe we're blaming the wrong person. Maybe it wasn't Fat Boy smelled so bad this morning. Maybe that was the magic sauce from the Big Macs they were eating in her overnight. Could have been. Anyway, here's the 11 o'clock advisory, which came a couple of minutes late, which left the Weather Channel people like with Schmidt on their face, a little egg on their puss. Anyway, 11 o'clock this morning, the Aya Hurricane Francis was located near latitude 21.7 north, longitude 69.8 west, or about 85 miles east of Grand Turk Island. Remember the Turk? Good with a knife.
But only matters business.
Right. And 735 miles east-southeast of the Florida East Coast. 735 miles east-southeast of the Florida East Coast. It's moving toward the west-northwest near 16 miles an hour. No change. The general track is expected to continue during the next 24 hours with a gradual decrease in forward speed. That's good news for us. On this track, the core of the hurricane will be passing near or over the Turks and Caicos Islands and the southeastern Bahamas during the next 24 hours. That'll be the last time you'll see the Bahamas, so if you'd like to go gamble there, I'd do it right now. Well, maximum sustained winds remain near 140 miles an hour with higher gusts. It's still a Category 4, a Cat 4 on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale. While fluctuations in intensity expected during the next 24 hours, Francis could still intensify a little bit more before reaching the hurricane warning area. At 11 o'clock this morning, the government of the Bahamas issued a hurricane warning for a whole bunch of places, but we don't care about them, do we? For the Central Bahamas, which includes Cat, Catch the Cat, Exumas, Long Islands, Rum Cay, and San Salvador, and a hurricane watch for the Northwest Bahamas, which includes the Abacos, Andros, Berry Islands, Bimini, Belluthra, Grand Bahama, and New Providence. And Partridge in a Pear Tree. So that's the latest on it. Don't panic unless you want to, okay? If you want to get all bleary-eyed and all bent out of shape and run around banging on plywood and doing all these things, knocking down the door at Lindsay Lumber and at Home Depot, go ahead. Oh, and which is the one that they call the Homo Depot? Yeah, they showed some clips last night. They were actually drilling glory holes in there. That's a good place to do it because they got all the tools to do it there at the Homo Depot, yeah. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Got a whole pile of stuff here. Let's see, that horrible stir out of Russia. I'll keep my eye on that, my brown eye. Democratic leaders urge Kerry campaign changes. I can't imagine why, can you? Democratic leaders increasingly concerned that John Kerry's presidential campaign is adrift are urging the presidential nominee to make changes in his staff before Labor Day. Not going to happen, though. They said this morning, no major changes. No change. If not, said one party strategist, it could be too late. Sources say major changes could come at the campaign's highest level, but don't look like it. The concern, according to these sources, is that Kerry has failed to effectively respond to attacks from Republicans and criticism of his military service in Vietnam, especially those ads from that group calling itself the Swift Boat Lying Veterans for Truth. Several campaign sources dismissed talk of a major shakeup, but these sources acknowledge that there will be some changes in the coming days, some evolving roles at the campaign senior level. We don't have a Carville or a Begala, said a senior Kerry official. We can mimic what happened in 92, yada, 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 Partridge in Pear Tree. Did you watch that stuff last night? I sure didn't. Laura Bush makes me want to puke. She is so, God.
Yes, she is.
Redneck vanilla. Yeah. She probably even takes a BC powder. Don't you think?
Where did she take it?
In the bathroom. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Wireless and new singular wireless line. Before tuning into Neil today, I listened to Howard Stern. 80 of you, 80 people, 23% were listening to the best of Howard this morning. And we are pleased as punch about that. Did we ever have that? I don't know if we did or not. No Radio 64, Air America 62, Joe Rose 34 for the little dog. 34.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not just good, it's phenomenal. Nice going, Greg. Other Radio 33, NPR 27, Bob and Tom 14. Wait till you hear these three. Bob and Tom 14, not even in Data Broward. Lex and Terry 12, Paul and Ancient Ron 11. WIOD 7, Steve Kane 3, Footy 3, and Power 96 has still got the old big nothing. They got nothing. WQAM, hello.
Oh, Neil, this hurricane's got me a little worried.
Yeah, okay, Reverend Jones. In fact, maybe it'll blow your ass away. That would be good. That would be one good thing it could do. Just not necessarily strike this area, but just make a quick pit stop and blow him and his boyfriend away. Would be really good. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, is this the Neil Rogers show?
It sounds like me, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you. You're George?
No.
Oh. You sound like George.
Well, I'll try to sound a little more like
Look
George
a little like
if I can.
George, too, with all
This
that white
is Neil.
hair.
What can I do for you, sir?
Is he going to take any calls or not?
I'm taking your call right now. I'm talking to you. I just got through saying this is Neil in the morning.
This is Neil? Well,
yes.
Neil, that's what happens when you're gone. You're only on for 2 days out of the week. You forget.
Not anymore. I'm not. I'm on full time now, baby. So let's have a full time conversation for about 10 seconds.
I wish I had enough intelligence to fill up 10 minutes of airspace.
Yeah, I said 10 seconds.
I just want to say I just listened to your comments on the First Lady. I mean, that's pretty severe, man.
Oh, it's pretty severe. Okay, right. That bitch you talking about? What an idiot. That's pretty severe. Pretty severe. What a silly bitch that is. Yeah. At first, the mamby-pamby First Lady and her husband. And I like the fact she admitted that her husband was still the same piece of crap now that he was when she married him, when he was a coke-snorting drunk. Remember that? And now he's a dry drunk, whatever. Oh, here's the official, you people that continue. Look at this. Well, no, like I said, thank you. Oh, this is good, because this is from the NOAA website, and it shows the official track now. Well, let me see if it's really moved it at all. Not really. Oh, only the time has been changed to protect the innocent. 8 a.m. Friday, they're showing it like right over the Bahamas, over the Nassau, as a matter of fact. Uh-oh. Nassau. Can you believe what's going to happen to those casinos? Might just actually get blown away.
Yeah, man.
Wow, that would be bad, wouldn't it? And then we got, at 8 a.m. Monday, they got it all the way up there in Georgia, southwestern Georgia. After it's, they're showing it coming onshore here in like central Florida, like northeast of the lake, which would be what? Fort Pierce? Nah, a little south of Fort. Like maybe
Jupiter.
the Cape? No, not Jupiter. North of Jupiter. From what I'm looking at here. Stewart?
Okay. Where's Vero? Around there?
North of there, Fort Pierce, Stewart.
Okay, sounds right.
Well, that's what this is showing. I mean, but they still do have the big light bulb thing on there, the big ice cream cone. And it looks like Brian Norcross has licked this one a couple of times. And then it's like straight up on across the Panhandle into southwestern Georgia by Monday morning. Well, that's what they're showing right now. That's the anticipated track. Toulouse-La track. But we'll see. So just crawl under the bed. We'll let you know when it's safe to come out. Just calm down. Or if you want, you can get all hysterical and go out there and fight your neighbors and go out there and get really ugly.
That's my water. That's my plywood. Those are my damn light bulbs. That's my radio. That's my generator.
And, you know, be a nice, friendly South Floridian like we've always been here.
Sure.
Times of crisis bring us together, don't they? Like the alien business. That's right. By the way, Dave Slater got 14 votes in Dade County last night. Nice going, Dave. Right now, Armstrong Ford of Homestead wants to clear their lots and sell off all remaining 04s. Here are just some of the great deals waiting on you right now. An 04 F-150 pickup, just $1 over invoice. New 04 Explorers, just $1 over invoice. Rangers, Crown Vics, Tauruses, and Focuses, all waiting for you. It's just $1 over invoice, only at Armstrong Ford of Homestead. Plus, Armstrong Ford offers more value to its local customers, their loyal customers. When you buy a Ford from Armstrong Ford, you'll get their exclusive Tires and Batteries for Life program. That's right, Tires and Batteries for Life. And the value you'll get at Armstrong Ford doesn't stop there. Right now, you get a free Florida Sun Pass with any vehicle purchase. If you're pressed for time, Armstrong Ford knows your time is valuable, so call them at 305-247-5112 and shop by phone. They'll even deliver your new vehicle right to you, right to your door. Armstrong Ford of Homestead, locally owned and operated. They'll treat you just like family, and I guarantee you, you will not get a better deal on a Ford anywhere, no way, no how. No bait and switch, no phony deals. At Armstrong Ford of Homestead, 30725 South Dixie Highway, just 20 minutes south of the 836. Check out the web, ArmstrongCars.com. Drive a little and save a ton on that great new Ford, only from Armstrong Ford of Homestead.
You're listening to Neil Rogers, exclusively on 560 QAM.
Neil Rogers.
That was the rejoin? Wow. Hey, Dwight, take a look at this.
Every time I watch my TV, there's Governor McGreevy admitting that he's gay.
Rectum.
I wonder if Jim and Golan went to disco midnight bowling after work one busy day. Did they walk the beach hand in hand while listening to Streisand and drinking low-carb beer? Did they giggle like teenagers at a poster of Lee Majors while pinching each other's rear? Kim's wife can't like her life, but she stands by her man. I bet she'd like to stick his head in a fan, 'cause that's the plan, we'd understand. Will Jim move into Manhattan and wear a robe of satin while walking through the park? Will McGreevy be the sixth guy redoing Straight Men on Queer Eye and go clubbing after dark?
Absolutely.
Every time I watch my TV, there's Governor McGreevy admitting that he's gay. He can have direct deposit now that he's out of the closet. No one cares, he goes that way.
Rectum.
11:17, 560 WQAM. Now let's take a look. This is a good time to end this poll and start the other one because we got an even 400 vote.
Okay.
Right? Don't you think that's a good time? Before tuning into Neil today, I listened to Howard Stern, 92 out of 400, 23%. No radio at all, 73. Air America, 69. Joe Rose, the little dog, 43 on his debut morning on 790 The Ticket. ESPN Radio. 790 The Ticket. Joe Rose. He got and Zach, he got 43. Not that I'm promoting it. Other radio, whatever it might have been, 36. NPR 29. Bob and Tom, 16. Ron and Ancient Paul, 15. Lex and Terry, 13. Lex and Luther. WIOD 7, Footy 4, Steve Kane, Mr. Ego 3, and Power 96, there ain't no slop over between us and Kid Curry's crowd, is there?
No.
Why not?
Demographics.
Well, that's a sad-ass excuse. What is that all about? Oh, here's somebody just faxed me this. It's a map of Florida.
Okay.
And I think I'm a little bit off, okay, what I'm saying? Where's this other one, the tracking thing from 11 o'clock this morning? Which they have brought it south. From 11 o'clock yesterday morning, which I saved that one, they showed it coming on shore like way up there north of Orlando. Now, the new one shows further south, but not this far south. I would say more like Port St. Let me look. I don't want to say that. Fort Pierce and Vero. Isn't that what I said before?
Yes.
I stand by my statement. And don't forget Pahokee. Although a little bit... Huh? Haven't you ever been in Pahokee and had that good cherry pie I told you about years ago? Man, that's the best cherry pie.
Ever get arrested?
Oh, look at that. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? That one's back again. The unmentionable one on the fax machine. Well, a different unmentionable one. Very sad. 5670560. We got a lot of open lines there. They were, when I didn't want to take any calls before, they were foaming at the mouth. Remember that?
Right.
They were smoking like we were giving away $500 bills. Now that I'm thinking about maybe taking a few, it's like, not too exciting. 5670560, pound 560, our new toll-free Verizon Wireless and Singular Wireless line. And the price is right. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir?
Listen, it's a pleasure listening to you after listening to Stern and those Paul and Ron guys. It's good to have you back on the radio, man.
Okay.
You're the best. You're the number one show in the morning.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Thanks for the lick job, Pally, okay? And Brian will let you lick his ice cream, too. He'll let you lick his Cohen. In fact, he's going to be here tomorrow, Jeff Cohen. Maybe we'll let you lick him. Yeah, Jeff wants to come in tomorrow and whore the show a little bit. It's a lot cheaper than buying spots on the show and subsidizing our livelihood. 5670560. I'm going to have to get used to pound 560 on the Verizon Wireless and Singular Wireless line. What happened to the other one? Oh, we don't go into it. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
You get Mad Mike upset again. Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Pretty good, Pally.
Listen, I was listening to your conversation about the BC earlier, and I got to tell you, it made me laugh because when we go out doing a little drinky, the best thing is the BC. When you go before you go to bed, buddy.
If you have curdled chowder, man, there ain't nothing like a BC powder.
You guys did a great job. Keep up the fight, my friend.
Thanks a lot, Pally, and have a great day. See, these people are in a good mood. They're not getting all... Oh, I see. Well, okay. Well, don't get all... I don't want to discuss any of that stuff. You're talking about this sponsor, that. I don't want to get mad. Mike is teaching the ringer again, okay?
FYI.
Man, oh, man. I thought I noticed a hair, a follicle or two growing there this morning. He saw me driving in. Luckily for him, my clicker wasn't working on the parking lot thing this morning. Because he was just coming out the door. And, boy, when he saw me, he made a Huey. You have never seen anything. Even Huey and Dewey never saw a Huey like that.
I'm sure he's a wonderful guy. You just have to get to know him.
No, he is not.
He's
bizarre. He's weird. He's strange.
Maybe you should party with him.
Get
close.
Man. Woo! You first. Let me know how good it was. That is really a panic. Okay, here's our next poll. It's up. How do you rate? And of course, the Republican convention, now they got the spotlight. The First Lady. That had to be a put on, okay?
Of course.
Who are you kidding, man?
Like if we were ripping Hillary, which we do.
Hillary, you can say anything about it, and the same with Bubba. That was okay. But these people, the right-wingers, you can't. That's disrespectful talking about the president that way. Yeah, right. Blow it out your ass. All you right-wing hypocrites. Phonies. How do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president is our poll question. We got rid of the other one because we got the message. Here are your choices. 2, 4, 6, 7 choices. Here they are. Outstanding, good, okay, mediocre, weak, a disaster, and it better be his last. Question was, how do you rate his first term? It better be his last. I think I'm going to vote for that one. It better, for our sake, for the world's sake, for the sake of the human race, it better be his last.
The universe.
You know? I mean, all those dead people, we apologize, all the ones who died, the military and all the civilians over there and everybody else who died in the wake of this, because we just happened to... it was kind of like when we bombed the Chinese embassy, you know.
Right.
Oops. Mistake.
Well, this wasn't. These people deserved it. Remember, they attacked us.
Oh, that's right. They had it coming because they attacked us on 9/11. Well, it wasn't them, but it was people that looked a lot like them.
No, not really.
Nah, they smelled like them, too.
But they were near there.
Don't forget, join George and Boca Brian for happy hour, 5 to 7 this afternoon at Treasure Island.
And Miguel.
Right off the... and Miguel. He'll be there, too, to get some. Located right off the Palmetto, just north of the 122nd Street exit. Win prizes. Check out this week's feature, Chona Jason.
Yeah, she's hot.
Is she really?
Spectacular. See.
And she's going to be there handing some out.
She does naked gymnastics and martial arts routines.
Does she really?
Yes, she does.
Maybe she's wrestling with her conscience about it right now.
I'll wrestle with her.
So go and see George wrestle with Miguel and Boca Brian. And see who comes out with the biggest bald spot. Let's see. Here's what it says. Day after day, we are the target. Brevard County, Melbourne, Cocoa, Titusville, KSC. From the chronic in Cocoa, boarding up and ready to flee.
Okay.
I think he's got a point. I think Brevard County might be it. Melbourne?
I'd be way more nervous if I were
Palm
in
Bay?
North Florida there. Central
You ever been in Melbourne
Florida.
and Palm Bay?
Sure.
Not too thrilling, no.
Yeah, whatever.
It's kind of like trailer trash without the trailers. Well, I'm sure that there are trailers.
Yeah, there are.
But not my cup of tea up there.
Earl Grey.
Just not for me.
Well, no.
Brevard County.
Not for you.
I mean, with all due respect, I'm sure we have some people up there. We have some idiot up there in Port St. Lucie listening.
I don't cotton to your case.
Is that in Brevard County, Port St.
know.
Lucie? Well, I'm looking at my map, and loosely speaking, this doesn't have counties on it. Oh, yeah, it does. Port St. Lucie is in Brevard County.
Very good.
What county is that north that's got Vero Beach and Fort Pierce? There are 67 counties in Florida, so I apologize for my geography, but I can't know them all, okay?
I know 3.
What's Martin County? Could that be it?
It could be. I mean, I drive through them all the time,
County
but
is the Keys.
I don't bother to remember right.
And on the West Coast, you got your Lee County, right, is Fort Myers. Lee,
okay.
Collier County.
I'll take your word for
it. Bunch of yahoos. And then you got, of course, you got Hillsborough and Penelas County over there in St. Pete.
Isn't Jacksonville like all of Duval County?
Duval County, yeah. Oh, it might hit Jacksonville, Duval County, only where the rednecks live, though. The hurricane.
Only?
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
There's a lot of dark folks up there in Jacksonville, man.
Yes,
we want them to vote several times in November. Yes, sir.
Neil?
Yes.
Hiya.
How you doing?
Long time listener, Neil.
All right.
Second time caller. Listen. Hello?
Yes, I'm here, sir. Speak to me. Speak to me before it's too late.
You remember a couple of years back you were having a problem finding out that Italian dessert somebody owned?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, I called you. Gave you the answer to that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, I was then, and this is now. Let's get a little more current now.
All right. Now.
Let's update the material.
I caught a little part of that Tucker Carlton, that jerk with the bow tie.
Yeah.
Now, did he quote that, or did a journalist? Because I looked at
that was in his interview in Esquire magazine. That's what he said.
He said it. I can't believe that little jerk.
Yeah. Hypocrite.
Which is wonderful.
Huh?
I can't stand him to begin with anyway.
It goes to show you he's nothing but a horror man. They put him there on TV. He'll say anything he wants. Thank God us liberals aren't like that. Now, what did you want me to say?
None.
It's just a joke. Would you just relax? Jesus. Everybody is so uptight. I don't understand what's wrong here. Why is everybody so uptight here? Toronto, everybody is laid back. Right. They're friendly. There's no stress. You live to be 200. But here, everybody is like, if you look at somebody cross-eyed, just relax. At ease, disease. How do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president is our poll question today. And in just a matter of moments, we got 72 votes. It better be his last, 48. Well, just like we said goodbye to Teresa LePore and Miriam Elephant and Alex Penis Pequeña yesterday, we can do the same for W on November 2. We can make the difference, just like Chicago said in that song. We can make a difference. What was the song? Beginnings? No.
Okay.
No.
I'll take your word for it.
25 or 6 to 4? No.
No.
It's my favorite Chicago song, too.
Well, then it won't be one I like.
We can make it. Anyway. No, you know the one I'm talking about.
I do, but
it goes on forever.
Right.
With a lot of heavy drum. Disaster 15. He's a disaster. Bush. He's doing good. 3.
It's not old days, is it?
Outstanding. No, yeah, right.
Saturday in the Park?
Get out of here. Outstanding 3. Weak 2. Mediocre 1. And okay.
I've been searching so long.
Okay. No.
All right.
It's the one that, can't believe you. 27 past 11 at 560. I guarantee if it was some silly-ass, one of those hip-hop songs, you wouldn't know that either.
I know all the silly-ass
You wouldn't know it either. See, you didn't let me say. Mr. Paranoia. Father Paranoia. Over the years, I've talked a lot about Chuck Alfieri. For all you balding guys out there, Charlie's the best in the business. For over 35 years, he's provided amazing, natural-looking hair systems that are virtually 100% undetectable. And right now, Charlie's introducing the very latest in hair restoration. This new deal is called the New Laser Light Therapy Treatment. It's used for treating fine and thinning hair. This new treatment that's FDA certified restores hair and scalp back to its healthiest state while increasing hair shaft density and volume. And there's nothing like getting your shaft density increased. The new Laser Light Therapy and its cool light laser device is effective on both men and women, and it's a painless, non-invasive treatment that is complete in just about a half an hour and about
30
minutes.
Get and stick it.
Right.
I'm an Amish boy. I grew a long beard and wear a fluffy hat. I can churn used to butter in a big old vat. You can't take my picture and that is that. Thank God I'm an Amish boy. I don't own a Walkman, TV, or computer, but my first cousin Zeb has a cool wooden scooter.
Republic's getting some outer rain band activity here, and probably 1 to 3 inches at least.
I have a simple life that's full of joy. Thank God I'm a Amish boy.
Could see hurricane force winds within the next 24 hours. That's why we have warnings up for the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos, at least the southern portion of the Bahamas.
I said it to my sister. I said it. I wonder if I'll be on American Idolist. And she said, know it. Know it.
Now I'm living in the city on a TV show, hearing lots of new phrases like crank ho. Don't have to go outside to go. Too weird for an Amish boy. Now I'm riding in a limo and doing lots of shopping, going to the beach instead of street shopping. Boozing till 3 and not stopping. Not bad for an Amish boy.
11:33, 27 till noon. We got Curtis Stevenson for the Mad Dog today at 2. But we got a bizarre schedule on there. Today is Wednesday, isn't it? Last time I checked.
Yes, it is.
We got the Marlin game tomorrow, a 1:10 start. Oh, are we excited about that? And maybe, how come we haven't heard any more about that double header on Friday?
I guess they're waiting for the
what?
other hurricane to fall.
Now, what's the name of that Chicago song? Dialogue. I was just going to go reach and grab the book there, Dialogue. Parts 1 and 2.
That's
great.
because you were going for the book.
I wish I had that here right now. It's about a 7.5 minute cut.
We could play it twice and go home.
Okay. Sounds like a plan for the pregame before the Marlin game tomorrow. Dialogue. They were really good until Terry Kath blew his brains out, little Russian roulette.
They were never the same.
And Bobby went on the lam. And Peter Cetera butched up and had all them kids. I still think he's, oh boy.
Bad?
No, I don't think he's bad. I think he's something. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon wireless and singular wireless line. We are singularly pretty excited about this week, aren't we? I think a lot of people will see. The excuse would be that people that don't have kids, this is their last big vacation of the summertime before Labor Day, right?
Right.
So they're all gone. They all bailed out last few days. And I think a lot of other people, the word I'm looking for is cowards.
Oh, the hurricane fleers?
The hurricane fleers, they've fled. Those people are cowards. You're supposed. I could have left. I could have gone back and said, oh, gee, I think we're going to have that big hurricane. I better get out of here. I got a place to go. But no, here I am. And I'm not leaving. I'm going to be here, and when in doubt, I'm going to tough it out, being the butch old fart that I am. That's right.
Of course, you're probably safe out there in the acres.
During Andrew, I was okay. There was a lot of blowing going on.
Yeah. We were out
had a big tree limb, came down right on my, could barely get out the front door, as a matter of fact. Came right down on my roof. Huh? No damage, though, thank God. I don't want to have, no damage.
No.
Just because you're way out west doesn't mean that you're safe.
It's no guarantee, but you're safer.
Right. And, of course, I got on shutters up.
Yeah.
Not. And at plywood. Not.
I got my galvanized steel later.
And I got them big drums. Now, let me ask you this. Why is it necessary? I realize this is a revolutionary thing. Why can't you just take a big bunch of plastic bottles, or any kind of bottles, and fill them with water?
Ooh, where are you going to get bottles, huh?
Why do you have to go to the store and clean out every bottle of water they got? I realize we're not really big on the tap water, but a lot of us have got systems, with the water thing. I got some kind of crap in there, some filter. Or you can buy those, what do they call those? It's like a plastic jug.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. Sure. And it's a water purifier thing. It's a real inexpensive thing. But you can buy them at Kmart, Walmart,
Target,
Douche Mart.
Not Walmart.
See, I can say that.
That's
Douche
right.
Mart.
Yeah, don't buy it there.
What?
Don't buy it at Walmart.
How come I can say that?
I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe. Now, Joyce just said I can't say that again. Damn you, Joyce, you bitch. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Is this Neil?
Yes, it is.
I got 3 things that I wanted to comment on.
Go right ahead. Numero uno.
First of all, although I know you probably don't give a crap, you have Howard Stern to thank for the fact that I'm even listening to your show.
Well, thank you. What do you mean I don't give a crap? We love that.
Well, I'm glad you do. I think I haven't listened to your show very long, but it does have a lot of some similar elements to Howard's show. And I hope you won't find that insulting.
No, but whatever. I mean, this is our show, and he does his show, and whatever. Yeah. Everybody's got their own thing, You do
the song parodies, you do the belching, and it's fine. I like the show.
And we used to do the farting until Joyce told us we couldn't play fart sounds anymore.
Well, he's a jerk, whoever told you that. Secondly, Port St. Lucie is in St. Lucie County.
Yeah, I'm all screwed up on it. Somebody just faxed me a whole bunch. I lived here for 100 years. You'd think I know my geography and crap, but I'm all screwed up. Somebody just faxed me the county-by-county map.
And Martin County is...
Martin is in Stewart County. I mean, Stewart's in Martin County, right.
Stewart and Martin County. Okay, third thing
Yes,
is...
sir.
I noticed with the coverage of Hurricane Francis, there seems to be a dichotomy between the national broadcast and the local broadcast. The national broadcast will tell you, this thing is targeted to make landfall somewhere between, Vero Beach and Jacksonville.
Right.
But whereas the local stations
They want to keep bringing it back. Bring it back.
They're purposely vague, and I wonder if part of the reason for that is that they're under pressure from their advertisers, such as Lowe's, Publix, and Home Depot, to really whip it up. Really whip it up and get people out to those stores and buy all that crap.
Well, you'll notice they keep showing shots of the people. In fact, there was one goofball on there, I think it was on Channel 7 last night, giving a song and dance about, well, now is the time to be getting out there to the stores and be doing this, and I just wanted to blow his brains out with my pea shooter.
Yeah, they got people, correspondents at the store, at Publix, saying, here, come out to Publix. It's so nice.
Although we do love Publix, though.
Free advertising.
There you go. Have a great day,
All right,
Pally.
Thank you.
See you. We love Publix a lot. I do anyway.
I like Publix a
lot. I'm
lot.
crazy about the other one. We don't want to talk about too many commercial enterprises because then Mad Mike will be storming around out there in the parking lot. And who knows what kind of... He'll just go off,
Well, we're saying good things.
We don't want to set him off. Right.
About Publix.
We are. There's nothing...
Publix.
What's not good to say about Publix?
Produce is fresh.
Other than the fact they let those people bug you like at Christmas time, but I will be here.
Yeah.
Huh?
We don't like that.
I don't like that. I don't like being hassled by the Girl Scout cookies, by the Salvation Army people. They always let those people hang out by the door, I think they should shoo them away. They should. All the bag boys should go out there, shoo,
Right.
Maybe they can get, what's her name, Betsy Everett to do the shoo song. Yeah, shoo them away. Port St. Lucie is in St. Lucie County, as this astute caller just said. He was pretty good. See, a lot of people think that the Stern audience are all a bunch of mouth-breathing, calculated,
And he even said dichotomy, which
he said that was impressive. He was good. He was a good guy. Thank you, sir. You made the whole world feel a hell of a lot better about mankind. Stewart, as he said, is in Martin County. I don't know my county's mystery. That's for damn sure.
No, I'm up in upstate all the time. I never bother.
Fort Pierce and Vero are in Indian River County.
Oh, yeah.
You could have stuck an Uzi up my ass, and I still couldn't have told you the answer to that.
Go get the
I don't
KY.
even know from Indian River County. And Melbourne, which I knew this one, and Palm Bay and those places like that, Brevard County, which is also Cocoa Beach.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
The Cape.
Crusader.
All of these things. Brevard County. I think Brevard County is going to get something. I'm not really sure what. And the exciting news is that in about 10 minutes we can go back to a Marshall cease and desist, and we can go back to that bald-headed geek that's waiting to blow up Miami and all those other people at the Weather Channel, because we don't need Don.
No.
With all due, and again, I appreciate the fact that we have this working relationship with the people at Channel 10. We like Dwight Lauderdale a lot, except when he's busy talking about eating stuff that we can't say on the air anymore, but other than that, right? Todd Tungan likes this show.
Does he?
Yeah. Dwight's eating and Todd's tonguing.
The Howard Stern Show. Neil Rogers, mornings and middays. And sports around the clock. 560 QAM.
Coming up tonight on Inside the Behind the True Hollywood Celebrity Music Biography Profile Story. In the disco era, they dressed as construction workers, cops, Indians, bikers, and cowboys. Jobs that weren't quite gay enough at the time. They were the Village People.
I've been a real construction worker for 25 years, but I guess I had something to learn from a phony construction worker who does the nasty with men.
Since leaving public life, the Village People have turned their queer eye to inject stereotypes with style.
So, your work involves nailing studs all day and catcalling women. Well, you've got the first part right, but can't we come up with something more interesting to yell at the women who walk by?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll try.
Village People construction worker David Hodo. Yep, his name is Hodo.
Oh, when you guys yell, hey, hot stuff, can I get some? You might as well be asking her, how much, you filthy whore? Instead, try, sweetheart, that dress is working for you. And look at that perfect little rump. If my tushy was that firm, I'd bounce balls off of it.
Well, that's also a perfect little rump.
Nobody's bouncing balls off my butt.
Then there is Felipe Rose, the Indian in the Village People, who affirmed his Native American lineage through official paperwork and misdemeanor identity theft.
By living with the Navajo Nation, who are totally cut, by the way, I've been adding a little powwow to the rain dances with traditionally sewn latex loincloths, and now they've named me Chief Dances Erect.
Huh? What did he talk about?
Kidding!
The cop, the biker, and the cowboy are also hoeing the same row.
Hold it right there!
Handsome.
Hell's Angels rule!
Unless they insist on wearing a leather jacket with no shirt. Hello, beer belly, not sexy.
You go, Jethro.
The village people. You don't have to dress up like a cowboy to be gay, but it sure helps. It's a big, juicy, sopping wet lickotropis tonight on Inside the Behind.
189 votes on that Bush poll, baby. How do you rate G.W. Bush's first term as president? President Doofus. It better be his last. That's what 114 of us said. That's what I said. It damn well better be. It dang well better be. Damn it. Disaster, 47. Outstanding, 9. Robert Creeper voted 9 times. That's the only number he knows anyway. Right, Robert?
9.
Weak, 6. Mediocre, 5. Okay, 4. And good, 4. So if you take the positive ones, they're outstanding, okay, good, that's like, what? 17 out of 189. That's not too bad. Huh?
Well, you know, it's just this crowd.
I know, it's just our crowd. And all of us, by the way, are going to vote 40, 50 times come November.
About 30, man.
Anyway, Tracy and Kendall.
The sky is falling.
Says, could you please play The Sky is Falling drop?
The sky is falling.
I just got home from trying to shop at Costco. I was driven out by the hordes of frantic people buying water, screaming, where's the tuna? And checkout lines almost as long as... Ask Jessica, she'll tell you. Where's the tuna? And checkout lines almost as long as the store itself. Have a great day. I'm going to hide under the bed now, says Tracy and Kendall. Good luck to you, Tracy. And every once in a while, just stick your head out and go like that, okay? When in doubt, let it out. It'll make you feel better. I don't think we're getting it, but again in about a couple of minutes, because they got the yokel forecast on there. Look at that. It's a balmy. It's only 89. I walked out there yesterday when I left here, and I said to myself, how have I lived here all these years? About
30, man.
How have I done it?
That's how.
Man. And I did it again this morning. Go out there to get my newspapers at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's just suffocating.
Right?
See, the heat in Vegas, for example, is very intense. You've been there when it's 115 in the shade. And don't give me the song to dance. Well, it only feels like 112. It's hot, but it's not draining like this heat. Because here, like yesterday, it was like 92, and it said the heat index was 104.
Sure.
And it feels like 175 in the shade. It's just draining.
It's humid and thick.
Man.
The pressure.
It is
like
so freaking thick. And the heat, too. Well, listen, we got the important stuff coming on. Like I said, the local forecast throws me all the time because it never changes. And they always say every day, low near 80. How can the low be near 80?
Yeah.
The high in Toronto every day this week is like 73, 75, 77. Oh, I know. It's a lot of going on.
It's up in Canada.
Too many Jews up there, I know. Too many Indians, too many people seeking, too many Sikhs seeking. And every day, oh, look at that. This weekend, rain, thunderstorms, and wind. But I guess they're anticipating the big blow from Francis.
Right.
I recall when Jay's son came to see my husband, Carl Fisher, and told him that radio was the coming thing in America.
Oh, hang on a second, Jay.
And I'm Stephanie Abrams, and we have a monster of a storm brewing in the Atlantic. Here is a look at Hurricane Francis, still packing maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour.
No doubt about it. It is going to affect the United States over the next several days. As it moves off toward the west-northwest at 16 miles an hour, we will continue to see it gain. It's expected to gain strength. At least here, it's going to probably gain strength. And bearing down now on the Turks and Caicos and the southern Bahamas, hurricane warnings are out for all of these islands. It means that we will see the likelihood of hurricane-force winds and probably well above hurricane-force winds over the next 24 hours. Tropical storm warnings still for the northern coast of the Dominican Republic as Francis is skirting the coast of the Dominican Republic right now. So breeze is blowing and also rain falling. We'll probably see at least 3 inches of rainfall along the coastal regions, perhaps more. And, of course, the brunt of it being taken by the islands up toward the Bahamas. Look at this visible satellite view.
Yeah, look at it.
You can really get an idea of just how massive this hurricane is. It's very large, a 22-mile diameter eye on this thing, and as it continues to move toward the west, it's expected to impact the United States, probably the coast of Florida, by as early as tomorrow night, or as late as sometime this holiday weekend, no doubt. Florida, the southern coast of South Carolina, Georgia coast, we all need to be watching out and making our plans now in case of an evacuation. Or
by the way, 7 dead now in that Russian school attack. 7.
And check on your neighbors too. You know, with Charlie, a lot of folks said, "Well, I had no place to go." Make sure your neighbors have somewhere to go. All right, and do that now. We're also watching
my neighbors. You're out of luck
here. Moving off the coast of Africa. This is
stay the hell away. Oh, and look at this now. He's showing another thing. We don't see what I mean about the horseball job that they're doing. That's not good. What kind of coverage was that?
Oh, you just want them to be obsessed about our business.
No. What did you just tell you? This is a category 4, almost maybe a 5 before you know it. And this guy's hawking us about Hurricane Howard, you know? Everything is Howard. Howard Stern, Howard David, Howard...
Absolutely.
Hurricane Howard.
Howard Hughes, new movie coming out.
Exactly. With, what's his name? Oh, you know something? That is so ridiculous. Leo,
sure.
You know what that's like? That would be like Sly Stallone playing Albert Einstein. I mean, it's so ludicrous. Leo DiCaprio is Howard Hughes. Don't you see a lot of similarities there?
The crazy in a good way years.
It'd be like Michael Jackson playing Walter Mondale. I mean, I don't get it. You know, there's something missing.
He knows somebody.
7 people were killed as armed attackers stormed a school in southern Russia, took at least 100 people hostage, the Russian media be saying now. Children, parents, and teachers were herded into the school as they gathered for a ceremony marking the first day of class. The attackers issued demands to Russian authorities, threatened to kill the children. Interfax news agency said there was shooting at the time of the attack as well as afterward. They said 7 people were killed, 4 wounded in the attack, which took place around 1 o'clock in the morning our time. At least 15 armed attackers rushed the school in the town of Beslan in North Ossetia. Russia's Federal Security Service said some reportedly were wearing explosive belts used in suicide bombings. Una bomba grande. Man. What are we going to do about those bastards?
The Chechens?
All of them.
They ain't our
All
problem.
these suicide bombing people. No, they don't mind us. They don't care about us. We're small potatoes.
They got their own issues.
They're busy with that Poontang guy. Oh, I can't say that. Mad Dog get upset.
All right.
He'll get all, Vladimir Putin-tang. How do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president? I bet you this one's going to get a few votes, boys and girls. 237 already in just like, what do you change it? About a half an hour or less.
Thereabouts.
25 minutes. It better be his last. 141. That's how you read that one. It better be his last. 141. Disaster, 58. Well said. Especially for those people who are dead. Outstanding, 14. Weak, 8. Mediocre, 7. Good, 5. And okay.
Yeah, but wait a second. Okay.
That's the one. 4. Well, he wanted to say a few extra words. He likes that right wing. In fact, I understand when Thanksgiving time, Phil only eats the right wing of the turkey.
No.
That's the only one he nibbles on. Yeah. 567-0560, pound 560 out of Verizon Wireless and Singular Wireless Line. WQAM, hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
I want to relay some information to you, how easy it is to register to vote.
Yes?
Online. You go to the MiamiDade.gov website.
If you're in Dade County, yes.
Oh, well, I'm sure Broward has their own website.
They sure do.
And you just download just print the forms out, sign it. If you've registered to vote before, all you got to do is just put your driver's license number and send it in the mail to the supervisor of elections. If you've never registered, all you got to do is fill out the form and send a copy of your ID. And you don't have to go to any office. You don't have to do nothing.
There you go.
And you have to be 29 days before the election on the rolls. So you
Plenty of time, man. Plenty of time.
And Neil, I thought I hated Ann Coulter, but this Michelle Malik character, I dislike her so much.
How about Laura Ingraham? Wouldn't you like to beat her with a 2x4?
No, I like to beat Michelle Malik more.
Well, how about if we just lined the 3 of them up for you?
Because you see now her new book? You know she's immigrant parents, obviously.
Yeah.
She wrote a book about saying how internment of the Japanese and the Asians and during the
was a great idea.
Was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
She's from she's Asian descent.
How about if we intern her now? Maybe she could be an intern for the president.
Yeah, now she works for Fox, so that proves our point.
Exactly. Okay, Pally, have a great day. See you at the poll. See you at the old big poll in November, baby. Don't forget, all you folks out there, the darker the better. Right?
Right on.
The darker complected, the more times you're eligible to vote. If you're like as black as coal, you get to vote a whole bunch of times.
About 30, man.
To make up for past injustices and for our fat-ass lying governor there.
And don't stop for any roadblocks this time.
For our devious fat-ass governor. That's what I'm going to start calling him now. Our devious fat-ass governor, who I still can't figure it out. How any of you out there voted for this lying, this no-good, this miscreant, this piece of turd, man. How is it possible?
You turd.
Huh? Oh, maybe that explains it.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Maybe it runs in the family.
On 560 QAM. Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
If you're on the radio, you gotta use restraint. So the neocons can govern and control your brain. Don't use obscenities now. There's a reason for that.
They take the sunshine by the smoking the flat.
You can officially won't. No, you can't say that. If you're not a Republican or good Christian, then what you say on the air will be considered a sin. Don't put the president down. You'll be silent for that.
Just like the money down the back from Iraq.
You can officially won't. No, you can't say that. Dare to make it clear. With reference to the Lord above or the FCC. Boy, we'll find you one day and take your license away. Boy, that for all I know could be a word to avoid. Or I could have my radio career destroyed. They'll shut the signal down. Silence under attack.
Except for White House clear neocon act.
You can officially wrong.
Oh!
No, you can't say that.
Oh, look at that. Getting ready for Francis in Miami. People in a feeding frenzy. They're grabbing all the water. They're schlepping with all the batteries and the generators.
My goodness, it is a powerful hurricane.
Oh, my goodness, man. My. See, if it were me, now like by tonight, we'll know a little bit more, right? When we wake up tomorrow, we got all day tomorrow and Friday, too.
Right.
Because Friday we might, like, feel the big blow, you know?
And some rain and whatnot.
Yeah, and a little whatnot. In fact, maybe we can get some whatnot over the weekend. But in the meantime, now you see how we're like on the cone there on the Weather Channel? On their cone, we're like about as the ass end, right?
Yeah. And on the Marty cone.
We used to be more like in the middle, and now we're like on the ass end, speaking of Marty cone. And most of the wider stuff is like from, I would say, about Palm Beach. Oh, I'm sorry. Palm Beach County up like north, right? Up to like Duval, and then, of course, Georgia. I still am saying like maybe a little south of Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Up to South Carolina. In that again, I'm not basing that on any great knowledge, but just on watching and listening and thinking and not getting hysterical, not getting carried away, not wishing that it blows Miami way like that jackass there on the Weather Channel who hates us like poison, that bald, skinny bald guy, whatever his name is.
Are you using a Ouija board or a divining rod?
Both. 5670560 pound 560 on the Verizon Wireless. And Singular Wireless. Well, we got to get used to that now,
indeed.
okay? On the Verizon Wireless and Singular Wireless.
And AT&T Wireless, all the, yeah.
And that too?
Yeah.
Well, how come that's not on here?
Because AT&T is not an addition.
Well, neither is Verizon Wireless.
Well, I don't know why they wrote it that way. AT&T is a free call. Always has been, unless they changed it.
In other words, we really don't know. Pound 560 for you phone people.
If it works, it works.
Well, no, I mean, we're supposed to say that. That's the deal. They
Right.
get the mentions on there, right? Like Singular Wireless, Singular Wireless, Singular Wireless, WQM, you know. You got to say it a whole bunch of times over and over again. You got to get in your quota, man, so you can, like, stamp it in the minds there. That silly-ass John McLaughlin, that silly person over there on IOD, that when I heard that this morning, it kind of, like, blew me right away. That was just shocking. By the way, I've got an inside political story in Broward County. I'm debating in my mind whether I should tell a real story behind the story. I told you this morning, didn't I? I better not tell it.
Okay.
Well, because I like the person involved.
Just pantomime it.
And I once was fairly close. Huh? With that person. A couple of times, as a matter of fact. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Singular bought off AT&T. That's why you don't have it on your list.
I see. Well, see, leave it to the callers to get us all straightened out, because our salespeople, they don't tell us anything except they're pissed off all the time.
That's all I wanted to say, man. I don't have anything to
Thanks, Pally. Thanks a lot.
That was plenty.
That was more than enough. That's right. What else do we need, you know? Leave it to the audience to fill in the blanks. In fact, next time we start getting phone calls, people want to know the phone number or the address of one of our sponsors, because we can't tell them, because no matter how much we beg and plead the sales department, you're just bugging us again, just making busy work. So the callers can call and give the information out. Because our sales department, they just refuse to work, you know. Like Todd Dreck, he's in here the other day, sucking around. Don't ever come back here again.
That was a lot of work to
or
put in
I'll
there.
tell you exactly what I'll tell Greg exactly what you did say, and that'll be the end of you. I don't care how much you're billing, okay? And I'll also tell Screw Ann what you said about those rodents. How do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president? It better be his last. See, there's definitely a way to look at the way that you must pronounce it correctly. It better be his last. 179. Or we're going to be up Schmitz Creek. 300 votes in like a little over half an hour, man. I told you, when the public, I don't care what the polls say. You saw what happened to Miriam Elephant yesterday, right? People are pissed off. They're sick and tired of their vote not getting counted. They're sick and tired of incompetence, of money disappearing, of total crap. Oh, I think it was a racial thing. See, there is one thing I would like to say to my dark-complected friends, and I've said it many times before. Whether it's O.J., no matter who, Kobe, whoever the hell it is, every time a black person does something wrong, commits a crime, or is incompetent in their job, whatever the hell it might be, we've got a certain element of apologists out there, of paranoids, who, oh, it's a racial thing. If a white person done that, nobody say nothing. That's right. Like when Ted Bundy killed all them people, nobody said nothing, right? He was a white guy. When John Wayne Gacy killed all them boys, nobody said nothing, right? He was a white guy. When David Berkowitz, that old son of a bitch Sam did, nobody said nothing, a white guy. Right?
Jewish
the
guy.
Green Mountain, the river, whatever his name was, killer. Oh, he was a spick, wasn't he? What's his name?
I don't know.
The Green River Killer. He was, what the hell was his name?
I don't know. Let's say he was a spick, just for...
No, I'm pretty sure he was. Well, they got to have somebody.
Sure. Nobody said nothing.
Right. Nobody said anything about that. But when O.J. did it, it was a racial thing. And the same with Miriam Elephant. You people out there. I mean, all she's got to do is have like a sign on her forehead that says bozo, incompetent bozo. That's all. So the public was pissed off about that. Teresa LePore up there in Palm Beach County, man, they rode her ass right out on a rail, and rightfully so. Bye-bye, Teresa, you bitch, you absolute incompetent Neanderthal. Take your butterfly ballot and, nice going, Sally, right. And who else? And Mayor Alex Penelas, huh? Oh, how sweet it is to say, finally, once and for all.
Bye, bye, bye!
God, gives me sexual excitement. Thinking about that little lying, devious piece of crap. Let's see. It says, Phil is still a liberal Democrat, except for his chutzpah in dealing with terrorism. Bush is despised by Phil. Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Right. Whatever you say.
What a fantasy that is.
Yeah, right.
Like, we don't have ears.
He's been sucking up so hard that his lips are inverted now.
Or what does that have to do with terrorism? Like, Bush is doing something about terrorism?
No.
Besides making it worse?
He's telling us he is, though. He's created a lot of it there in Iraq. They didn't have any of it before we went in there with that Iraq attack. And he made up all them lies, and he got Colin Powell to lie through his teeth. You know Colin Powell, the one who talked about the neocons and the Gestapo? That Colin Powell? The one who totally sold out? Oh, that's right. That must be a racial thing, too, but he ain't dark enough. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon wireless and singular wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
That picture thing was called Brita, if somebody didn't call him that already.
Right, it's a very inexpensive plastic pitcher thing that's a water purifier.
Oh, we have one of those.
You can buy it at Sears, any place, the Walgreens, and that's all you need. You don't have to go out and buy expensive bottled water and and make an ass of yourself in the supermarket.
Hey, can you play an old Jewish man named Isaac?
Yeah, we're a fat chance, yeah. Oh, yeah, fat chance. He's talking about the...
I'm thinking about it. He says MF.
Well, we can't play that. Are you crazy?
I think it might be safe.
The Eisen alarm?
Right.
You're crazy.
While spending the remainder of your golden years in the land of death, the one thing you have to depend on is your car. With Jew Canoe theft on the rise,
maybe we can play
who brought you a big black guy named Ben car alarm now bring you an old Jewish guy named Eisen.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Remember when we used to boost them back at Caribbean?
Yeah.
We ought to get a bundle for this, baby. The white ones are cooler.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
What the hell was that?
I object seriously. Profanity like that.
I think somebody's coming.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF. Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Whenever some bastard tries to steal my car, I feel safer with an old Jewish guy named Eisen.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Get your old Jewish guy named Eisen car alarm now and receive a free flower antenna.
Get away from my automobile, You big MF.
An old Jewish guy named Eisen car alarm. Now available at all Zayre stores.
Oh, my God, that was the greatest call of the century because we finally found a bit we can still
No
play.
way.
Power, beat, baton, and the hammer. What a powerhouse lineup. 560.
It's Dave!
Oh!
In Miami town.
Absolutely.
At 560 WQAM.
I'm listening.
Ramadan, 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 Ramadan.
I want to celebrate Ramadan. It means a lot to me. Ramadan. I'm bowing on my knees so I can wear and wine. I'm a Muslim all the way. I pray for faithfulness to peace in USA. My religion says that you must die in the sky on your next flight. I want you to die today. Ramadan. Allah is proud of me. Ramadan. I follow brainlessly with no regard for human life.
Bow, Ramadan. Bow.
I want to celebrate Ramadan. Allah will be proud of me. Ramadan.
Bow.
Thank God that the Jews and Christians don't kill people, right?
Right.
Because that would be bad. Man charged with stalking Avril Lavigne, and I love little Avril.
They haven't
Lavigne.
caught me yet.
She's cutesy.
Yes, she is.
And she's great.
Yes, she
You
is.
see her new video?
Yes, I have.
What's the name of that?
I don't know.
But it's
She's
good.
Canadian. She's good.
No. She's Canadian?
Eh? Well, a lot of other people don't know that. I know you do.
I've talked about that a million times, eh? All the good artistes are Canadian. Anne Murray?
That's right.
Celine Dion?
Yes.
Well, listen, nobody's perfect, okay? So we got some heavy baggage up there, eh? At least we got Frank Mahavlich. Man charged with stalking Avril Lavigne, a 30-year-old man. How old was he?
About 30, man.
From Washington, was charged with stalking Canadian singer Avril Lavigne after making repeated attempts to contact her and traveling to her parents' home in Ontario, local authorities be saying. James Speedy of Linwood, a Seattle suburb, said through a lawyer that while he was a big fan of the 19-year-old rock singer, he didn't stalk her. I question whether this is a stalking case, said Wayne Fricke, Speedy's lawyer. I don't think there's a situation you have here of that thing. All of these things. Speedy was arrested in April, just before Lavigne was scheduled to give a free concert at a Seattle area shopping mall, and told police he had sent emails and gifts to Lavigne, her family, and managers. He was released on bail at the time and was formally charged late Friday, Linwood police said last week. Speedy traveled to Napanee, Ontario last year, where he was arrested, told to leave Canada and not return within a year, according to Canadian news reports. Lavigne, yada, 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 we know all that. How do you like that? And more bad news for one of our favorite people, Charlize Theron. You saw that, right?
No.
Didn't see it?
No.
Hurt while shooting a stunt scene. Well, not like real bad.
Oh, good.
Although we don't really know because they're not saying. Oscar-winning actress Charlize Theron was injured while shooting her new Paramount film, Aeon Flux, in Germany. Their representatives aren't saying how badly she was hurt. I think it was just a little scratch. Just a little surface wound. Just kind of like the one Kerry had in Vietnam, you know. We'll give her one of the little Band-Aids they're handing out at the Republican convention. All those people think, oh, it's so cute and so funny. We didn't see him bleeding. We didn't see him in the hospital.
All those cowards.
Max Cleveland, we didn't see any blood, just those 3 missing limbs.
Where are their war wounds?
Right. Theron's, well, we saw Bob Dole's right hand. In fact,
yes.
Here's my Bob Dole imitation.
Wrong hand.
Oh, here's my Bob Dole imitation. I got my pen stuck in my hand there. He likes sticking it in there. And the pen, too. And that's why he's the spokesman for Viagra now. He likes the pen.
Yes, he does.
Theron suffered the unspecified injury while doing her own stunts in a wire-hanging sequence. The movie's publicist, Jean-Marie Carrasco, told the AP yesterday. No cuts, no broken bones. I think it was something less tangible than that. Something vague and nagging, like a little hangnail. Something bad. No one else was hurt. Filming in Berlin has been halted for several weeks to allow her to be... Now, if it was like something very minor, would you halt the filming for several weeks knowing how much money goes into those things?
No.
They're just not saying. It wasn't known if the injury would require script changes or when the movie would resume production. She was not hospitalized. She did sustain an injury on the set. It's a very physically demanding role, said Theron publicist Amanda Silverman.
Oi!
See what I mean? Those Jews are everywhere, man. We're everywhere. No matter where you look, there's another one of us just lurking, just waiting to mess with your life. Like that Ben Ginsberg. How do you like that? The Bush lawyer that had to resign because he was busy advising the Texas lying veteran, not-so-swift veterans.
I have nothing to do with those people.
Yeah, right. That's right. They're just one of them 527 groups off on their own way. Even though Ben Ginsberg was approving the scripts of those commercials to try to defame John Kerry and take a decorated war hero and make him into kind of like... See, and the Kerry people just don't know how to respond. I'm still saying, man, it's not too late.
I know.
When in doubt, let's scratch it out and get the real candidate on there. Yeah, that's it. Somebody's not going to take any crap who's going to not pull any punches. That's exactly... He'd be 20 points ahead right now. I guarantee you that right now if he weren't such a wimp. We knew Drew Lieberman was a wimp.
Right.
We knew Michael Dukakis was a wimp. We knew Bush 1 was a wimp. And now we got John Kerry as the wimp. We need Dean to goose him up a little bit.
Maybe he could be the campaign manager.
Who?
Dean.
No, Kerry can be the campaign manager. Dean can be the candidate. We don't need any help.
I'll take it.
Somebody that's really going to tell it like it is, and that Tom Ridge. And put Drew Lieberman in a closet, in a broom closet somewhere, with his titsas and his yarmulke. That's right. In fact, tie him up with a talus would be good. Yeah. Just tie him up with a talus and throw him in a broom closet until Sukkot. No, I take that back. Sukkot is before the election. Until Hanukkah.
Have they made a Orthodox Hasidic porno yet?
I bet you Ron Jeremy has. I think Gary Sarner was in it.
I'm going to start writing it.
I saw him this morning. He looked pornographic to me. He just... Oh, man. He is so Jewish. God. Anyway, that poll ain't looking too good for W. I think it's going to be a big surprise. I think Kerry's going to win Florida in spite of his ineptitude. And I think you're going to see, because he's famous for doing this, he like kind of fumbles along, and then like he did in Iowa.
Right.
The same thing in the primaries.
Yes, he did.
And then when you least expect it, all of a sudden he comes out with guns blazing and he just kicks serious ass, taking no prisoners, man. Right. And you know what I want to say? Bob Dole and John Kerry, shame on him too.
John McCain.
John McCain, shame on them.
Right.
Shame on them.
Veterans.
What a disgrace, okay? Selling out for their party, selling out for the Bushmeister. And John McCain, having been smeared 4 years ago by the same bunch of Nazis, having been suffering. Here's a man who was a POW, a great war hero, a POW no less, and they smeared his ass. And then made up all of those bullcrap stories. Unfreaking believable. Because it just goes to show you, everybody's got a price. I think they've all sold out. Well, we know the media sold out. We know, for example, a certain right-wing websites, don't we, Miss Fudge, huh? He would never fudge the public, unless, of course, the price was right. Unless Richard Mellon's Scaife was, like, funding all of that right-wing propaganda he's putting on there about John Kerry and his girlfriend. That one didn't fly. Well, how about Kerry's got that mask of the Munsters on? Whatever he puts on there, you know? It's all pre-programmed because everybody's got a price. Even George said for a few bucks.
About 30, man.
Go say whatever you want. We need Howard Dean.
We're going to South Carolina, and Oklahoma, and Arizona, and North Dakota, and New Mexico. And we're going to California, and Texas, and New York. And we're going to South Dakota, and Oregon, and Washington, and Michigan.
Hang on a second, Howard.
Not deviating much from that course there as Francis continues to turn its way farther to the northwest. Here's the information as of 11 a.m. about 735 miles east-southeast
of the Florida coast. Phony.
Very close view here showing the eye of the hurricane. These are the southernmost Bahama areas back over toward the Turks, the Caicos, the first of the islands to feel the effect of Hurricane Francis. Of course, we'll keep you updated next several days.
He's wimpier than Aaron Brown, this guy.
To the coast.
The weather wimp. We got the weather fairy, the weather wimp, and then, of course, we got...
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
There you go. We got Howard Dean, the human screaming machine. 5670560. Poor Avril Lavigne, man. She's great. She's one of the bright lights, you know?
Yes, she is.
I say Avril Lavigne for president.
Okay.
And Carson Daly for the casket. A tisket, a tasket, I'll pop him in the casket. Huh? Hate him. I can't stand him.
Everyone does.
Yeah,
who won't find anyone?
And he makes up all these stories. He's doing this one, that mousy little one, Christina Aguilera. He ain't doing anybody. He won't do him himself. Yeah. I hear when he takes it out, it like pops right back in automatic because it hates him.
It's an innie.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, let's get these phones really foaming here, man, before you run out of water. And quit acting like a bunch of lunatics, okay? I know it's not going to do any good. I'm not going to change the behavior of you idiots out there, but it's so embarrassing. And they're all running and rushing, and they got the carts, they got jillions of gallons of water, and they got 85,000 batteries and 42 flashlights and 150 generators. Just relax. Relax. And like I said yesterday, if they wouldn't be behaving like this, you wouldn't have all the empty shelves,
Right.
A lot of canned peaches, man. That'll keep you close to home. And maybe a few prunes, too, would be good.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? They last a long time.
Yeah, they do.
They last almost forever. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. How about Obama? What's that guy's name?
Barack Obama. He's the man.
He's pretty good. If I had my choice, that's who I'd pick.
Okay, I'm picking him too. I'll take him right now. Barack and Hillary is my team. How do you like that? Howard Dean, Secretary of Screaming. What's that there? Is that a pizza? Oh, it's just a carton. I thought for sure it had a pizza in it.
Box.
Oh, come on. What's in the box?
Ron's address.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I should mention that. Hey, Ron. Hi. Please. Hi.
Yeah.
We found that George happened to be going through a bunch of stuff, Crazy Ron, and we found all of that stuff out there about you, all of that stuff, all those phone numbers, the addresses, all of these things.
The police report,
all of that stuff. So if you want to keep harassing the show, go ahead, but you're going to pay the truth or consequences.
We'll be calling the cops this time.
There you go.
We'll just be putting the address out in the air. And his parents.
We don't want to hear from you, Ron. Okay, let me make it very, very clear. I'll spell it out in the air right now. 12:25 on Wednesday, September 1, 2004. Your calls are uninvited on this show, okay? We don't mind a lot of the other goofballs out there because at least they might be amusing, but you are unacceptable. You're a piece of turd. We don't want to know from you, so find another hobby, okay? Call up Al Franken. He needs the help.
Oh, God, boy,
frankly speaking, he's pretty exciting, and he went nuts with the Republican congressman or whoever the hell it was, some reporter at the convention last night, and he got his dander up and got really upset. Al Franken. I haven't heard that. I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Oh,
that bitch you keep telling me, that whiny broad he's got on with him.
Catherine Lanford.
Doesn't he whine enough all by himself?
Lanford. Oh, she makes him sound butch.
Wow. Well, that's quite an accomplishment.
Monumental. Oh, just right on the way home there.
Don't forget, speaking of butch, all you butch guys out there, join George and Bill O'Brien and Miguel today for happy hour. 5 to 7 at the Treasure Island right off the Palmetto, just north of the 122nd Street exit.
We'll be happy.
Win prizes and check out this week's feature, Chona Jason.
See.
She's going to show it to you.
She's like Polynesian of some kind.
Yeah.
And she does all these interesting things without any clothes on.
Well, I'll be damned.
Gymnastic things.
Huh, with no clothes on.
My favorite Olympic event.
I bet your Fat Boy's going to be there. Oh, that's one I can't play anymore, can I? No.
I don't think so.
No. I'm gonna fix that one up. Okay. Yeah, if I could fix up Bill.
Careful.
And let me ask you something. Why can't I want you to stop and think about this for about 2 seconds until Joyce says no. Bill's cigar in Monica's vagina. There's nothing wrong with that bit.
You know what? I don't think there is.
I think I'm playing it.
I think it's clean.
There's nothing wrong with vagina. If it's clean.
I've been trying to tell you that for years.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
El Paso,
on 560 QAM.
Holy Mackinac! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
Oh my God.
Bill cigars in Monica's vagina. She lets out a giggle when he makes it wiggle. Monica is not the kind you can do in the mind, but a cigar in her vagina she don't mind. Well, he don't know where a stogie goes. I can see how there was some confusion between humidor and humid whore.
I have no right.
And in Arkansas, the term cedar box means saw her naked. Stars report can lead to going blind.
I'm listening.
Now Clinton, he was working hard, late nights in the Ovary office, working on a practical joke. He took a Macanudo, put an exploding load in, for Monica was blowing rings of smoke. Bill cigars in Monica's vagina. She lets out a giggle every time he makes it wiggle. Monica is not the kind you can do in the but a cigar in her vagina she don't mind. Oh, people feel that Hillary's been made a fool of by her husband. Feel that Hillary was wronged. Up in the Lincoln bedroom, she was moaning, moaning. Al Gore was doing her with Bill's old bong. Oh! Bill cigars in Monica's vagina.
Increíble.
She lets out a giggle every friggin' time he makes it wiggle. Monica is not the kind you can do in the behind, but a cigar in her vagina she don't mind. Oh, Candy Dandy, yeah, Dutch Master is faster. Oh, yeah. What you gotta do is take a Tipperillo and put it in a Brillo. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, now a cigar in her vagina. Yeah.
You know, this is the same thing happened with Hugo. I'm watching this jackass on the Weather Channel here, and they showed that thing again. You can see this visibly in a very short geographical space there. You can see the thing moving to the northwest. And dramatically more to the northwest, like in the last maybe 12 hours.
Yeah.
And it's climbing, well, bada beep, bada boop, bada. See, but that takes away all our fun, you know?
That's right.
And then look at all the people that won't be returning stuff to Home Depot next week. And trying to return bottled water, partially drank from Publix next week. Yeah, don't be taking open up bottles of water back. It's not a good idea, okay? Did we still find out anything about the Marlin doubleheader against the Cubs on Friday that we're hoping and praying happens? No?
No.
They're probably going to wait till tomorrow to see how the crow flies.
He flies now, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. That's why he smells like that. He picks it up there in the ether. How do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president is our poll question. Our second poll. The first one we asked two people we're listening to before the show today. And Howard Stern won out, which we're ecstatic about that. Makes Greg look like a genius, right? And that's quite an accomplishment. And Joe Rose done pretty damn good. Nice going, Joe and Zach. Two good guys, man. We missed them badly. Although, you know, everything there has got its good points and its bad points, right? It was nice having them here.
Yes, it was. Very pleasant.
We still get all the Howies without Zach here, though. We get the Howies loves us.
Yeah, they do.
See, we like you a lot, Zach, and we miss you, but we get all the Howies we want without your fat ass. In addition to which, there's a lot more food for all the rest of us without you here. So enjoy your Krispy Kremes, but good luck to you. But no, they sounded pretty good. They're over there on 790 ESPN The Ticket. I guess the call letters are still waxy, I would assume. I don't know.
I don't know. But I thought they were going to change them.
They are? To what? I hear they're changing WJOK, Jock Radio. Or is that Joke Radio? I don't know. Well, the one there at 1400, that's what we need is a whole bunch more sports stations, man.
About 30, man.
So Jim Sardi and Barry Jackass will have something to get excited about, and the Herald can put big things like they had this morning about our very own Dan LeBastard will be on there, who don't belong on here just to say hello, who's a professional Cuban, makes Miguel look like an anti-Cuban guy. He really does. Oh, the Cubans won the World Series. We won it, not the Marlins. That was the worst column in the history of this market. It was. That was the most disgusting and embarrassing and humiliating and degrading crap because Levon Hernandez. I guess Levon also did everything else too. He fielded all 9 positions. He did all the hitting. He drove in all the runs in that game. Right. You idiot, you Dan LeBastard. No wonder Greg Kotex gets paid to hate you. And he's another moron. What is it about the Herald? Man, they got the bunch of stuffiest nerds that work on that. Well, it fits in. It's perfect. Eddie the Pope. I shouldn't say that because if the Humper comes back, and we hope he does, he's tight with Eddie the Pope. Well, that's because they've both been around a long time. You know, they travel in the same circles, eat a lot of free food in the same tents. Anyway, how do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president? Our poll question. 426 votes in just over an hour. Are you hearing that?
I heard it.
In just over an hour. And you want to know why? Because they're pissed off and fired up. Just like they were at Teresa LePore and they were at, what's her name there, Miriam Elephant. And, of course, at Alex Penelas with his measly, 10% of the vote. Well, that's embarrassing. Wouldn't you be degraded and humiliated?
I'd leave town.
Even that Peter Deutsch kicked his ass. Even that Sharon-looking Peter Deutsch kicked his ass. So Betty Castor is going to kick Mel Martinez, right?
Good.
We hope.
She better.
I'm worried about that Martinez factor, though. Anybody that ends in an easy, you know?
Right.
Gomez, Martinez, Gonzalez.
Masacrista.
Yeah. It better be his last. 246 on the Bush term. Disaster, 104. Well, that's an understatement. A mitigated disaster. Outstanding, 31. Right, you should live so long. Good, 19. Weak, 13. Mediocre, 13. And okay.
Okay.
6. Oh, yeah, Phil's only right-wing when it's convenient and expedient. I mean, he's once in a while. That fax was so ludicrous, man. I'm embarrassed for you. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, the worst for the president.
The worst.
The worst or whatever. The worst that you have there. Put me down.
Okay. How about the worst ever? You ought to add that on there.
Ever.
Worst ever. You don't have to put president. Worst doofus ever. We've had a few doofuses. We had Jerry Ford. He was a doofus. Couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. And maybe that's why his wife was drinking. Huh? Think that's why Betty Ford opened up that clinic?
Although he was a genius.
Compared to what we got now?
Yeah.
No. He was the one that said that Poland wasn't a...
Whatever.
I see.
It wasn't nearly as dangerous.
Although at least he knew the name of the country was Poland.
He could pronounce it.
Right. Well, that general fellow there in Pakistan, remember, see, this guy, I mean, they had the whole thing rigged even before we voted. They had it rigged. Forget about counting votes and the Chads and that. They had it rigged ahead of time. Because that interview that he did where he couldn't even name,
anybody.
Nobody. He didn't even know Clinton's name. I guess when you spend most of your adult life, you know, incoherent, crawling around on the floor, drunk, maybe sniffing a little that, whatever it is. Oh, it's just sawdust, I guess. Maybe it kind of affects your brain if you ever had one. It just, the American public just astonished me. But I still say the Democratic Party takes the blame right now for not being 20 points ahead. All they had to do was run with it, man. They had the momentum, man. And what do? They dropped the ball. Just like in the Olympics, just like that Canadian runner. Oh, you should have seen them up there that day. Remember when she, well, you probably weren't paying attention. I bet Miguel did. The Canadian runner that ran into the hurdle and fell and knocked the Russian girl down too. See, remember that? She was like somewhere in the islands, so it serves her right. But she hit oh man, oh boy, that was like the end of the world when that happened. Yeah. Mm. And the Democrats, the same thing. They hit the hurdle and just drop the balls at the same time. You guys better butch up a little bit, okay? You still got plenty of time. You got September. You got October, huh? And then we got a couple of days in November. We got over 2 months to go to finally wake them up and butch them up while Laura Bush is on there intoning for the public about her wonderful husband and how he's the same moron now that he was when she married him, except he sobered up a little bit.
Just a little?
Just a little bit. And where's Larry Flint with that damn story, with that video? That's what we need. Come on, Larry. Yeah, come on, Larry, butch up a little bit, okay? Jump up out of that chair. If we only had those stem cells, man, Larry Flint could be running around right now screaming about that broad that Bush knocked up in Texas and that he drove right to the abortion clinic. How do you think the right-to-lifers were like that? Huh? And you'll notice that the right-wingers have turned on Rush. I'm convinced of it. See, it could have been just in the last book. He's dropping faster than a rock from the top of the Chrysler building. He's dropping.
They don't cotton to them junkies.
They don't cotton to them phony pill-popping junkies who are busy pointing their finger at everybody else and that all the drug people ought to be in jail while he's running around with Roy Black trying to keep his ass lily white and clean, huh?
He has back pain.
Yeah, he's back pain. He wouldn't do no doctor shopping, that fat, lying, pill-popping Rush or anything like that.
They just gave him something strong enough. He wouldn't have to.
Yeah, if they just gave me something strong enough, maybe I could listen to it.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
About women.
I was young and irresponsible once, but never got high. I may have seen a joint or two, but I never got high. Oh, sure, me and my college buddies did 8-ball lines. But hey, I never got high, never got high, never got high. Da-da-da-da-da. Now my lips have touched alcohol before, but I never got high. I may have stumbled and fell on the floor, but not because I was high. I plainly stated in the record of my past of DUI. But hey, I never got high, never got high, never got high.
No.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now I know what marijuana is, so I never got high. This president has seen the dangers of pot, so I never got high. In fact, I personally witnessed a seed pop right in my eye. But hey, I never got high, never got high, never got high.
Sure, we believe you like everything else. 14 till 1 at 560. Curtis Stevenson for the Mad Dog at 2. And then we got Mo Howard David, which who knows how many shows he's got left.
Mo knows.
Filling for the Humper. Huh? What?
He's at the Hard Rock.
Oh, and he'll be at the Hard... Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's an interesting... I heard him say that yesterday when he was fumbling around with Don.
No.
And probably the most embarrassing 3 minutes I've ever heard in my life on the air. It made the big O sound good. Oh! And again, probably somebody else's fault. Always is.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it was Moishi's fault, whatever his producer's name is.
Shy. He's a great guy.
I know that. I know Shy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Who never got high. But at any rate, the deal is he's at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino today doing that show for the suspended and vacationing Hank Goldberg, who may be back tomorrow or may not, weather depending. But I keep trying to find out. I was going to go there the other day and take a look for myself, but I'm not going to waste my time. They don't have real slot machines.
Yeah. I know.
It would be like if you went to Treasure Island today and they had like blow-up dolls and not like real women, which for some people around here that might be enough. But, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they do have blow-up dolls.
Yes,
that's what Miguel's going to be seeing over there today. I see. No, I'm not talking... Well, I'm not touching that. You touch it. I'm not moving in that direction. Trust me when I tell you. But at any rate, you know what I'm saying. Yes. It's like make-believe, okay? And nobody can explain to me how these make-believe slot machines work at the... I don't get it.
No.
Do you?
No, I don't. So you're going to have to go there and find out.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're a big
spender. I have no interest in that. I'm going to go over there and plunge a few hundred on, or a couple thousand on some make-believe crap, something ersatz. Somebody will call in and explain it to in a way. I mean, Fat Rich called in there last Thursday at the end of the show, and I still have no idea what he's talking about. And by the way, Rich, it don't look too solid for our Friday night at the track this week. Wouldn't that be a shame?
Hey, rain or shine, Fat Rich.
Just like that guy that was all bent out of shape about the football game might get postponed. Same thing with going to Pompano Park. Man, wouldn't that be a shame? If we have to, postpone racing this weekend because we have inclement weather, because we have 140-mile-an-hour winds or something like that? I don't think we're getting it. I mean, again, that's just me thinking. There's nothing scientific. That's not what anybody else is saying. That's just me thinking out loud. And you owe an apology to the audience for not correcting me because I'm old and feeble.
But why?
Because I said it was Hurricane Hugo. That was a nasty hurricane.
I don't remember that.
It was Hurricane Floyd.
Oh, yeah, Floyd.
5 years ago, 99. We were sitting right here. And Mayor Penis Pequena was going on, but he's holding press conferences, and Al Sunshine was screaming and chastising everybody else because they were eating his free food. Boy, do I hate that Al Sunshine. What a jackass. What a moron. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, oh, man, I forgot what I was going to say. Great call. Bye.
Not too bad. We've had worse.
Best call this hour.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, what point do you recommend getting into the bed?
WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil, how are you?
Okay.
Hey, George does do a great job when you're gone.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Hey, I was catching part of the Republican convention last night. Arnold was speaking.
Yeah.
And he was using terms like the Republicans are going to terminate terrorism.
I saw the clip. They're going to terminate terrorism and all these other stupid cliches.
We're not girly men on the economy.
Right.
And all this other stuff. Hey, I was tuning in earlier.
Doesn't that make you embarrassed to be an American?
It really does.
Yeah,
it really
shame.
does. I was tuning in earlier, and you were going to give your personal opinion on the hurricane, and I didn't hear it. Any way you could do it again?
I just got through saying we're not going to get it. I think it's going to hit somewhere between Brevard County up to either Jacksonville or that little piece of Georgia there along the coast between Jacksonville and South Carolina. That's just my own opinion, like North Florida, let's say.
Well, I live in Vero, so I'm gonna plan accordingly. Thank you very much.
Like I said, I'll see you in Marietta, baby. Good luck to you. Isn't that Marietta? I don't know too much about Georgia except Atlanta. And
Savannah's the big city on the coast there in that little piece.
And Plains.
And Peanuts.
And Aintree. Aintree? Eh? Oh, I bet you the Beasleys are going to be hiding out from the herd. They just had a whole Charlie thing over there on the West Coast. See, we're lucky over here. The last good scare we had on this coast was Floyd.
Right.
And somebody, thank you very much, by the way, for faxing me this. Somebody has faxed the tracking map of Floyd, and it looks very, very similar to what we've seen a little bit north of where this one was. It wasn't quite so close to Puerto Rico or La República Dominicana. And why do they say that? Why don't they just say Hispaniola? Why, the Haitians, I mean, you're just leaving them out?
Yeah.
In other words, the Haitians don't count anymore?
Yeah, man. Anymore.
Only the ones that live here. Oh, they never did. Is what I see. Well, that's because they stopped sewing the baseballs tight enough. Or they started sewing them too tight. But at any rate, so Hurricane Floyd was going on a similar track, a little bit further to the north, and then it got, when it got to the Bahamas, it was pretty much where this Francis is now. Like over like Nassau there?
Mm-hmm.
For the big blow. Oh, and speaking of the big blow.
And that it seemed a likely thing to have for Miami Beach. Of course, Mr. Fisher was always looking for something to publicize his Miami Beach. And so he took to the idea. And he said, all right, I'll build you an island, and you can put a radio station there. And he said, let's see, I'll name the island for John Levi. We'll call it John's Island. And he said, what do you want to call your radio station? And Webb said, well, I don't know, but I've always thought that Miami Beach was a wonderful isle of dreams. And my husband said, that's the name, W-I-O-D.
W-I-O-D? Oh, I hate that station.
Then the station was moved over to Miami, and I remember that it was the year of the big blow.
Oh, no.
1926.
Did you hear what that potty mouse just said?
The beautiful tower was blown off.
Oh, Jane, shame on you.
But WIOD has been one of the landmarks.
Oh, yeah.
Of this entire
That's why they keep
area.
trying to make him get that tower down. Anyway, that was Jane Fisher talking about the big blow of 26. So anyway, the tracking of Floyd, and it got and they had everybody in a panic here, and it got over to the Bahamas there, and then all of a sudden it made that right turn up there. But they still aren't telling us anything here.
All the advisory. What's going on right now? Hurricane watches and warnings. At this point, we have hurricane watches now issued for the northwest Bahamas, farther south there.
Tell us something new.
We also have quite a few tropical storm warnings. Those are situated a little bit farther south. We can show you where those are, too. Back over toward the north coast of the Dominican Republic. So
that's Al Franken, I'm telling you, without the glasses.
Right now
he's much more lively.
Time to finalize all preparations in the southeast before Francis arrives. Here's a picture out there, and these are the wind fields here.
I think this is the guy that's advising Kerry.
All the red telling us where the different strengths of the winds are.
When in doubt, just wimp out.
The core, that's the 115-mile-per-hour winds associated with the eye wall. Those are the Category 3 or stronger winds with this hurricane. Here's a satellite photograph on a very steady course right here. You can see the eye of the hurricane. What is probably happening right now is going through a little bit of an eye wall replacement cycle.
Can't you see that northwestern movement?
Yeah.
Is it only
typically when you start getting smaller and smaller eyes, you'll get that band of heavy thunderstorms around that eye, the eye wall. That's where the strongest winds are concentrated. Sometimes they'll fall apart. Sometimes you'll get concentric eyes, two of them actually. And when they go through these different phases...
I hear that Barbara Bush has concentric Marty Feldman eyes.
Slightly. And then when it gets organized again, it may strengthen more. So it'll go through some little fluctuations. At this point, it appears that the strongest of the winds and the heaviest of the rain on the south semicircle of the hurricane, although it is actually a fairly symmetrical system. Here's a look at the visible satellite picture.
I think my own opinion is going to do a Hurricane Floyd. That's my opinion. Now, if they would tell us about that high that we've heard so much about Jeff High, and whether it's like moving a little bit, whether it's weakening, the other one that's behind it, that's on its behind.
All right.
Then we might, have a little opportunity to figure it out. But they don't want us to figure it out for ourselves. Frank in Melbourne says, Heard you talking about McCain and Kerry's war record. I used to have some respect for McCain, but don't call him a war hero. That cheapens the term hero. He's known for being a POW, prisoner of war. All that shows is that while flying his fighter, he zigged when he should have zagged. As for Kerry's Purple Hearts, I find it funny that Kerry makes more of the 3 Purple Hearts than his Bronze Star and his less-mentioned Silver Star, yada, yada, yada. Kerry, in his reticence to mention his higher decorations, is acting like a typical taciturn Yankee. Kerry refuses to blow his own horn. Well, maybe he's not like Ron Jeremy and ain't double-jointed. Compared to W, who can't think of any mistakes he's made. But the Purple Hearts are questioned by W, Cheney, and Rowe, 3 guys that couldn't find a business end of a gun. Why not ask why W skipped his last physical with the Texas Air National Guard? It was more than an eye test. He had to give a blood and urine for a drug test. That's why he skipped the test. Sounds like a Ricky Williams to me. Ever see Ricky Williams and W together? They both have the same W there, don't they? And he did it during those 40 years that we don't talk about, those drunken, coked-out years that really formed W's lack of character. Don't mention that. W told us not to. But we can examine every detail of Kerry's life during those same formative years and criticize and rip him an ass. What issues? There are no issues, just hate, intolerance, and lies. W's lies, says Frank. I noticed that the Texas Air National Guard is Tang. Wonder if W thought he would find Poon there. What a great fact from Frank in Melbourne. Who's hiding under the name.
Don't rip it up.
Okay.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560.
It's the 1 to 2 hour. It's a phenomenon.
Goodbye, Teresa LePore. Won't see you no more. We can count on Lucky Chad. You don't got no job no more. So pack your desk and mosey out the door. You stupid, skanky whore. You can go treat your yeast infection. I don't think I gotta mention we had enough elections lost by you dour, stupid pascuñas. You're all done screwing us now, so get the hell out of town. You're not welcome in Florida. And Pat Buchanan, he wouldn't touch you with Dick Cheney's thing. Now there's one less county to rig for the neocons. Get lost, you stupid bitch. Go find something else to do. Like Massengill, you smelly Jew.
Oh, she's oily, doily, and old. Looks like the Quaker Oats guy. Smells from the body roll mold. Barbara Bush has body down and eyes full of her eyes popped out. It happened when she realized she raised for criminal clout. Barbara Bush has body down and eyes. And she's nasty, old and crafty, and she raised for place exactly. She's atrocious and takes some bricks to anyone who says they want no voice. Walks like she's carrying a bowling ball between her thighs and has 40,000 eyes. She doesn't need to talk as if she's always surprised. She's wiggle when she talks. Barbara Bush has 40,000 eyes. She gave us George Bush and Jeb Bush, not to mention Bill and Robin Bush. Filthy rich and fat, and smells just like the magic sauce on a Big Mac. Barbara Bush resembles Ernest Borgnine on a bad day with 40,000 eyes.
104 at 560 WQM. Curtis Stevenson for the Mad Dog at 2. How's that Marlin doubleheader coming from Friday? I say, let's do it. Oh! Let's play 5. Here's the poll. How do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president? 531 votes in an hour and a half. Boy, these people are... See, that's one thing that they're underestimating, all these pollsters and these pundits. People in Florida are pissed off and fired up, man. We saw that yesterday. Mm-hmm. Not a big turnout, but of the ones that did show up, they said bye-bye to all the pascuñas. It better be his last. 290, meaning this term. Disaster, 119. Outstanding, 40. Good, 27. Weak, 17. Mediocre, 15. The worst ever, 14. And okay, 9 so far. 5670. Look at that phone, man. Are they whipped up to a frenzy about it or what?
Smoking. Something.
No, they're under the bed right now. They're crawling under there. They got their bottles and their plywood and all of their good stuff. I don't think we're getting it.
No, I don't think so.
Don't you see what I'm seeing on that thing every time they show it? And I see that, but they don't want to talk about that because it takes all the fun away.
What if people die?
Oh, and look at this. Your antivirus subscription service has expired. Yeah, renew later. Get off of my face, okay? Boy, at home I'm getting so many pop-ups. It's like unbelievable. Are you?
No, not me. Earthlink.
Oh, that's right. You got Earthlink. Well, we don't have Earthlink here. No. We're not getting them. But at the house, man, I got pop-ups all over the damn place, even on the toaster. Hundreds of powerful computers at the Defense Department and U.S. Senate were hijacked by hackers who used them to send email, federal authorities say. That's reassuring, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
The use of government computers was uncovered during the Justice Department's recent cybercrime crackdown. It adds another wrinkle to the use of so-called zombie PCs, which number in the millions and have bedeviled customers and universities in the past year. Hackers gain secret control of the computers by sending email viruses and worms or by planting software code on websites. Don't forget, plant your worm at Treasure Island this afternoon between 5 and 7. The takeover of government computers is part of a bounty of evidence of new online scams that could lead to more busts under the crackdown, says Dan Larkin, Unit Chief of the Internet Crime Complaint Center. Authorities are in the process of repairing the government computers. I don't want to get anybody nervous, but just wait till that jihad,
the EHOD?
The EHOD, yeah. You're going to be saying, like the witch doctor. Remember that, David Seville?
Bing,
ting,
bang.
tang,
we can't say a lot of those words.
Ding, dang, dong. Oh, can't say that. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir. Liberty Records, yes.
Do you remember what the catchphrase is for
Patience and prudence run
JNA?
I beg your pardon?
Do you remember what the catchphrase is for 640 JNA?
I never heard of WJNA, nor a week here either. Okay, we're not interested. Another radio groupie, another one of those people that doesn't get out of the house too much, that doesn't leave Mom aside. Don't forget the brown bag on the way out, Barry. That was Barry Jackass. I'm almost positive. Well, that sounded just like him. Maybe a little bit too articulate. WQAM, hello.
Okay, well, I'm wondering, I got to catch a plane on Saturday. You think I'm going to catch it? And also...
I think you couldn't catch a cold is what I think, okay, Pally? That's my own personal guess, is that you probably couldn't catch a cold at Mount Sinai. 5670560, pound 560, in the middle of the influenza ward. God, what a bunch of losers we got, huh? Line 9, first time today, I believe. QAM, hello. What was it?
Where'd he go?
What did you say?
I don't know.
Missed it. Call back again, okay? Call on the Al Franken show. I bet you could use your call. Probably spice it up a little bit. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Neil.
Yeah.
I think George Bush shouldn't even have been in office, and I think we should run Jeb Bush out of the governor for handing the election to him.
Yeah.
I just think he's been a
well,
terrible
let me ask you this question, sir. Since George W. Bush was supposedly elected, since they stole the election in 2000, wasn't there a gubernatorial election in 2002 when Jeb Bush ran against Bill McBride?
Well.
And what happened, sir? What happened with that fat-ass, devious, lying governor you got? You voted him right back in there again, bozo. I don't mean him specifically, although he sounds like a bozo to me. Sounds like one of those housebound people that Stern has all the time on making fun of, trying to get a date. You know, people like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Oh, he could go far on that show. I'm surprised he hasn't already moved to New York.
There you go. You want to get yourself laid, Gilbert? There you go. Get on the Stern show. We'll set it up for you. We'll have Baba Booey come and haul your ass up on it. 8 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM. Hey, when you're moving or renovating, that's the best time to pick up your instrument and make that one easy call. 1-800-MATTRESS. Make that first night in your dream house heavenly with a brand new, top-quality brand-name mattress from Dollar Mattress. I've been using these folks for years, and it's a piece of cake. You pick the date and time for delivery to fit your move-in schedule. You pick the 2-hour window, and Dollar Mattress will be there. They're on time 99.7% of the time. Nobody's got a better selection either of queen and king-size mattress sets ready for immediate delivery than Dollar Mattress at unbeatable prices, too. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS right right now. You get the top name brand mattress at an unbeatable discount price. Dollar Mattress still ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. They were winners of the 2004 Better Business Bureau Local Torch of Excellence Award. When you call 1-800-Mattress, you'll pick from the complete line of the top names in the universe. They got them all: Sealy, Serta, King Coil, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, Even, Stearns, and Foster Hewitt. All the smart folks here at QM have been using these people, including yours truly, for a long time. And next time your mattress has had it, you ought to be making that same call. You can check them on the web if you like at mattress.com, or if you want to guarantee yourself a great night's sleep for years to come, or if you got a college student you're sending off to college and want to get him a great mattress too, or her, or it, just make that same call. 1-800-Mattress, 1-800-MATTRES.
The Howard Stern Show. Neil Rogers, mornings and middays. And sports around the clock. 560 QAM.
Well, congratulations. Get a life.
Pessoa muriendo aqui.
I joined the Nazi party. They used to call it the GOP. And I strongly agree with right-wing policy, so they won't be coming for me. So I went to the Nazi party, convention held in the Empire State. For 9/11, thank the Saudis, give their hands a shake, and dance on the grave. I'm reading Mein Kampf now, the Bush Doctrine as well. You see, you believe anyone if you can't think for yourself.
La-da-da-da.
The entertainment at the Nazi party was appropriately Christian and white. There was David Duke and Clear Channel of Brooklyn Greenwood and Toby Greenteeth Keith. I'm watching O'Reilly now and Ann Coulter as well. If you don't believe Bush is the only one, then you should die and go to hell.
Absolutely.
Well, the good thing is he changed his mind. He said on the Today Show, El Presidente, you can't win that war on terror. It's just unwinnable. And then somebody said, that's probably not a good thing to say. Oh, you're right. I didn't mean that. And so he's making the rounds, man. He even called it on Rush, speaking of Pill Pop and Rush. Called it on the show. Hey, we're going to win this war on terror. We're going to win. We're winning now. We're going to win it. He didn't mean that. He didn't really say that, okay? I mean, they probably have the tape. I'm sure they have the tape on NBC.
Sure.
But
I heard it over and over
they'll
again.
probably destroy that tape. Or else.
I heard it.
Or else. No, you didn't hear it.
Sure I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You think you heard it.
I taped it.
No, you didn't.
I have a copy.
No, you don't.
It's on me.
There's a knock on the door. Uh-oh. See you, George. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Wireless and Singular Wireless line. I'm going to have to take a copy of that thing. I am. We're just not used to saying that.
Right.
All of these things, you know. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Quick thing about the casino at the Seminoles. It's just like you said. It's just no fun. I was there a few weeks ago, went back about a week later, and it was past the 7-day receipt period, so I ended up losing about $350 to the casino.
Really?
When you stick that stupid ticket in there, it's only good for X number of days.
I mean, I hear it's packed all the time. Mo is going to be doing a show from there this afternoon, or as close to a show as he does, but what is that?
It's packed. It is packed with people, and I think they just don't know what a good casino is, like myself. I don't know anything about casinos. It was a company thing.
But, I mean, why can't the people explain to me what the difference is between whatever those make-believe machines are they got and a real slot machine? I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult.
Well, the difference is I don't think you win as much. The second thing is I like the clink of the money coming down when you do get...
No, I'm not talking about the slip coming out. In Vegas, they're all like that now, too.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what replaces... the bingo balls and all this other stuff. I don't understand that.
There's some kind of progressive thing, and you get 11 cents when you win, or 6.5 cents. I didn't have a good time. And,
okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, I'm looking for another casino, though.
Yeah.
I called the other day about Montreal. I just found out there's a casino there.
Well, there's a huge casino there. I've never been there, but I read about it. It's an island. You take a cab from downtown, go right to this humongous island. They got a great with all kinds of gourmet restaurants. It looks pretty neat.
But you get Canadian Monopoly money instead, right?
Hey, what's wrong with that? Your American money's worth more, man.
That's why I'm going.
Okay, have a great time.
Thank you, Neil.
Bye.
Take care.
Now, see, he's a good guy, but he can't answer my question either. Do we have anybody?
No.
Anybody?
You're going to have to go.
I mean, I realize most people out there don't care about slot machines, even though that's my new hobby, is losing a lot of money at the slots. But is it that difficult? I mean, if you've been to Vegas, if you've been to Atlantic City, even if you're on one of those bogus cruise ships, even if you were to the bogus Bahamas, which is going to blow away pretty soon, is what we're hearing, would that be bad? Huh?
Yes.
No, actually, no, it would not. We don't like the Bahamas. I know we have many people over there who listen, and some of them might be nice people, although quite frankly, I doubt it, because I never met any nice people from the Bahamas. Or from Jamaica. Now, where's Jamaica exactly? See, my geography is usually pretty good. I know where all the states are. I'm okay on that. But I'm really embarrassed about my county confusion here today.
Directly south of Cuba.
You want to know why I have county confusion? Because I'm trying to forget about Florida.
It's easily done.
I've been here too long, and I'm trying to forget all this geography.
Forget about it.
Because take a look at some of those counties there. Like, of course, that Jewish county up there where the state kind of curves, that Levy County.
Yeah.
Way down upon the Levy. Or is that Levi? Levi Harner. And then there's Dixie County, and Citrus, and Hernando's Hideaway, and Pasco, and Pinellas, and Manatee, and Sarasota. When I worked at WSPB in Sarasota in 1973, my boss, Cliff Snooky Lanson. No, his name was Cliff Lanson. We used to call him Snooky Lanson. Behind his back. And I would call it Sorry Soda. And boy, that used to frost his ass.
Really?
Man. Oh, he hated that. Sorry Soda. Ooh. And then there's Wakulla County and Gadsden. Way up there in the Panhandle. And Calhoun. Ooh, hey, Haystack Calhoun's up there in Tallahassee. Now, what county is Tallahassee in?
Duval. No,
that's Jacksonville. Mister. You better learn your geography, mister, because the Bridge Center's going to come down and spank your ass.
He died.
Who, the Bridge Center?
You know what they told us?
No. We can only hope. Holmes Elementary, Walton, Jackson. I don't even know some of these counties. Then, of course, there's Phil Henry County. You been in that one?
Are you sure?
Yeah. It used to kind of like be on the left side of the state. Now it's way over on the right there by Brevard. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Bush. Took my dude.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, since you're up there in Canada, I want to know what's the job opportunities like for a brother up there, man?
None. We don't allow you folks up there. 5, 6. What? No, we got all them Indian people and Pakis and
packing them in.
Oh, we got Chinese, man. We got Chinese up the old
yin yang
nose, eh? Old yin and yang, boy. Eh? So we don't allow you folks in there. And in fact, you had your chance back in the early part of the month. They had that Caravana Festival, 2 weeks of darkness. That's when I went off to Europe for some strange reason. But at any rate, no chance. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just want to tell you about the Seminole Casino.
Oh my God! If this is the guy that can actually explain it, I might. If I had a prize, I'd send it to you. Go ahead.
Well, the difference between a real casino is
and make believe.
If you go in there with some money and you sit at the blackjack table and you win $10,000, you take $10,000 of the casino's money. You know, they're putting up their money against your money.
I see.
With Seminole and with the dog track and the harness track and all that stuff.
You're playing against each other.
Yeah, so the casino actually risks nothing. They just take a percentage of everything that you gamble. So that's the main difference.
No, but that doesn't explain to me about the slot machines. I don't understand that at all. How can you be playing against the other players?
They're all computer linked, and everybody's money goes into a pool, and a few people win, and the house takes out their 18% or whatever they take, and they divide up the rest. If you've ever played there, you'll see there's like a delay.
I've never been there.
Yeah, if you go to their machines, and I went there when they first opened the Hard Rock, and you put your money in and you play, and there's like a delay, like a few seconds, while I guess the computers figure out who to give the money to or whatever.
Right.
But it's not like it's not like if you hit a jackpot, the house actually has to pay you. You're getting paid from everybody else. That's the difference.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm taking back my prize. Thanks, Pally. I know I still don't understand it. Do you?
Are you kidding me?
No, I mean, I understand the difference in that you're afraid, but let's say you win $5,000, okay? Let's say the jackpot on Wheel of Fortune, you're $5,000. Do you really care if it's the house's money or somebody else's money as much as you're being friendly with everybody around you? Oh, hey, I hope you're winning. Come on, get a big one.
Where does the house get its money? Isn't it all somebody else's money?
Right. Of course. When you're playing slots.
Right.
So it's not naturally. So this guy he's got less idea than the other guy did what he's talking about. When you're playing the slot machines, I mean, like the Wheel of Fortune ones are all linked together, whether it's in Woodbine or Atlantic City or in Vegas or in Flamborough Downs or in Elmira Raceway or in Palmyra, New York with Joseph Smith and his 10 tablets. I don't know. I thought it's a pretty simple question. Anybody that's ever been in a real casino, you see the real machines, okay? They have reels. Some of them have 4, but most of them have 3 reels, right? Mm-hmm. Spinning reels. Remember David Clayton? We were through this 2 weeks ago with a whole thing with spinning wheel, okay? Jesus Christ. And they're telling me that they don't have the reels. Now, are these those video games? And what's with the bingo balls, okay? Yeah, that Perry Como, by the way, he's still dead. He's still dead. In fact, Dead Babies is walking around in the woods up there looking for Perry's body. WQAM, hello.
Catholic priestess.
Yeah, okay, great. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Mr. Neil.
Speaking.
Hey, Neil, what do you want to know about the machines?
I want to know how they work. What makes them different? Manishtana Halila Hazez, the Chinese
They're not
say.
any different.
They're not?
No.
So then why is everybody telling me they don't have real slot machines?
Because they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're the same?
Well, they're double diamond. They're the most popular machines Vegas has.
And they have the real Wheel of Fortune with the wheel?
Sure.
They do?
Sure. All right, day before yesterday, I'm standing next to a guy. He puts $10 in. He has 4 quarters. He wins $325,000.
No.
Yes.
What time can I be there? I can be there about 1:40.
What it's based on is the bank. Let's say there's a bank of 20 machines.
Yeah.
The bank takes in $1 million.
Right.
They pay out $750,000.
Right, and the house takes
it's
cut.
$250. That's all.
Right.
It's a simple equation.
Well, see, I like that.
It's not bad.
Because at least then I know what percentage they're taking out, as opposed to like up there in Woodbine, they could be paying back like 70% for all we know. They don't post it. They don't tell you what percent they're paying back.
No, they don't.
Right.
But that's about what they take. That's about what they pay out.
Yeah.
Which is
but the machines here don't have the spinning wheels, though.
Sure they do.
They do?
Of course.
Well, then why does everybody tell me they don't? And if you're playing Wheel of Fortune, for example, which I see they even have billboards for it, do you tell me that when you get a spin, it's got the little thing on top?
Absolutely.
So what are all these people for?
They have
Crap.
no clue.
I got to go over there and when in doubt, I'll
clueless.
check it out. You never believe these people, man. They don't know their ass from your elbow.
Exactly.
Thanks, Pally.
Okay, man.
See ya. How do you like that? No wonder they can't explain it.
That's too easy? It's too simple?
It's like the Pope trying to explain intercourse, okay? With a woman. I mean, give me a break, Papa. Let's see, here's Rick. Chronic Rick says, like I said before, if Bush wins the election, we're on the way to Toronto. Blackboxvoting.com is a great site to check out. Machine set to be fixed. Be safe in that storm. It's a big one, says Chronic Rick. And what is this? Florida City County Lookup. Oh, this tells you every city what county it's in. That's pretty interesting, huh? Somebody just faxed me this. In case we got a lot of time one day, if, they run out of tape there on the Stern Show, we can just read all of this. So in alphabetical order. For example, Alachua County. Or Alachua is in Alachua County. Makes sense to me, right?
It's convenient.
Yeah. And Alfred's in Jackson County. So you see, don't count your horses. So what is this guy trying to tell me that they're the same? Everybody I've talked to has said they don't have the spinning wheels on the slot machines. That no se permite aquí. Huh?
Find a wheel and it goes round.
Yeah. Perry's still dead, by the way. Dead Babies is out there looking for him. Up there in Palm Beach County somewhere. Maybe you'll find Teresa LePore walking through the woods, too. Wouldn't that be sweet?
Stunned and confused.
Oh, man. That was one of the greatest moments in history to see the people of Palm Beach. And like I started to say before I interrupted myself, the pollsters aren't perceiving. See, they're not picking up on the anger, on the fury, on the frustration after 2000. If they think that anybody named Bush is going to win this state this time, they're dreaming. Because we have some devious plans.
Just wait till those roadblocks
for that fat-ass governor. All those rednecks, man, we're going to have roadblocks for them. Just like the ones there on Hiatus Road.
We're going to purge them Negroes from that voting roll.
That's what you think. We're going to, in fact, between now and November, you've never seen anybody multiply so fast in your life, and age fast, too, you know? Right now, Armstrong Ford of Homestead wants to clear their lots and sell off all remaining 04s. Here are just some of the great deals waiting for you right now. An 04 F-150 pickup, just $1 over invoice. New 04 Explorers, you pay just $1 over invoice. Rangers, Crown Vics, Tauruses, and Focuses, all waiting for you at just $1 over invoice, only at Armstrong Ford of Homestead. Plus, Armstrong Ford offers more value to its loyal customers, too. When you buy a Ford from Armstrong, you'll get their exclusive Tires and Batteries for Life program. You heard right. Tires and Batteries for Life. And the value you'll get at Armstrong Ford doesn't stop there, because right now you'll get a free Sun Pass with any vehicle you buy. Pressed for time? Armstrong Ford knows your time is valuable, so call them at 305-247-5112 and shop by phone. They'll even deliver your new vehicle right to your home. Armstrong Ford of Homestead is locally owned and operated. They treat you just like family. You will not get a better deal anywhere on a Ford, no way, no how. No bait and switch, no phony deals, just a fantastic, unbeatable deal every time at Armstrong Ford of Homestead. You'll find them at 30725 South Dixie Highway, just 20 minutes south of the 836. Check out the web, armstrongcars.com. So drive a little, save a ton on that great new Ford, only from Armstrong Ford of Homestead.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
David's a bitch.
Oh, now you're in here talking, see? No, he's in here distracting me when I want to play his fine material.
Live from New York, it's Gavel to Gavel coverage of the Republican National Convention on Air America Radio with your host, Mel Martinez.
This is, how can I enunciate this articulately? Franken. Live at the Republican National Convention. That was keynote speaker Zell Miller. I think he just said it neocon. Would you believe it? I'm a Democrat. What you're hearing behind me is flying Saudi City tankers, flying remote control toy airplanes into scale models of the Twin Towers. This is like the Ed Sullivan show on acid.
That sound you just heard was Dan Rather getting punched in the stomach.
We have a rare public appearance by Carl Rowe playing the xylophone using the skeletal remains of 9/11 victims. Here is Ann Coulter with her striptease dance to close this segment of the convention. She seems to be tossing her pasties and panties to the swift-boat veterans.
We come back, we'll have the Alan Keyes, the Minstrel Show.
27 till 2 at 560 WQM. Curtis Stevenson for the Mad Dog at 2. And then we got Mo Howard David from the Hard Rock Casino. I guess you can go over there for yourself. Maybe I'll go over while he's on the air.
And then you could rub his head for luck.
And I could bond with old Flat Top. What do you think?
Absolutely.
I might consider that. I don't understand what these people are talking about. 634 votes. How do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president? It better be his last. 328. Disaster, 133. Outstanding, 48, 7.5%. The worst ever, 40. Good. Good has got
about 30, man.
Weak, 22. Mediocre, 18. And okay, 15.
Okay.
So far. Oh, now who's on the bat line? WQM bat line. Not there. Now who could that have been?
I wonder.
That must have been somebody maybe like Fat Rich or somebody like that.
Or Norm.
No. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think why everybody says that it's different because you don't hear the money hitting the tape, hitting the.
How is it possible that there are so many stupid people? You don't hear the money because they don't use the coins anymore because it's passé. In Vegas and in Niagara Falls and different places, they got the slips. So you don't have to get your hands all filthy, and you take the slip and your computer slip. You either take it to the cashier and they cash it in, or you put it in another machine. You get the credits for it. That's the new way, and they just don't understand it. Man, are these people dumb or what?
Because they must be because they haven't been to Vegas in quite a while.
Evidently. Okay, thanks, Callie. Thanks. Got to answer the bat line. QAM.
Neil Rogers.
Speaking.
Joe Costello, how are you?
Okay, Joe.
Congratulations,
by the way, to Joe Costello, who's on Get Sirius XM Radio. Which one is it?
XM.
XM, like I said.
Yes, but I have the answer about...
You already called me on this once before and gave me the wrong information the first time.
I did. But I went and
By the way, have you ever seen Joe Costello and Howard Dean together? Same person.
All right, here's the deal. You want the deal or
what?
what?
He's got the same cheek thing that you got. You got a cheeky thing. I don't know. Go ahead.
All right. Each individual slot machine is hooked to a group of a couple of others. And initially, when you put your money, you're not playing a slot. You're playing a game of bingo against several other players.
What?
Yeah. You can tell this by
a
looking...
game of bingo?
Of bingo.
B-I-N-G-O?
Yes.
Was a dog?
Yes. So here's the deal. You're playing a game of bingo against a couple of other players.
Oh, you got to be schmitting me,
and
man.
you'll see, because there's a little bingo board in the center top of the slot machine. Now,
a bingo board on my slot machine?
You'll see it. So, if you win
I'm
the bingo,
aging already.
If you win the bingo game by getting 5 numbers in a row, then you will win. The slots will, turn, and you'll determine your prize by the reels for winning the bingo game. Does that make sense? Do you follow me? See,
if you win the bingo game.
Yes.
But how can you be playing bingo against other people? I mean, bingo is just it's just bingo.
But it's legal in the state of Florida, but slot machines are not.
Right.
And that's the thing. So they have a way of making you think, wow, this is a slot machine. It's got.
Well, how do you win the bingo game? What do you have to do?
Well, it's like lightning bingo. It's computer generated. It's one of those legalized lightning.
But what do you have to get on it to have it spin?
All right, 5 across, 5 up, 5 across, 5 diagonal, like bingo. See, I don't really play bingo too much. But
how often do you get 5 across or 5 up and down or in and out?
A lot. Yeah, it happens a lot.
It does.
But
let's assume you get 5 across, okay? Then what?
Then the reels start spinning, like the reels spin.
In other words, automatically, like the QM was prize wheel, right?
Right. But here's the deal: if you didn't get bingo, you will lose when the reels spin. But if you did get bingo, that means you're going to win something, but you don't know.
So in other words, if you don't get bingo, the wheel still spins, but you lose. So what's the point of it spinning? What does that accomplish?
Entertainment.
Just to entertainment and to determine.
Entertainment?
Yes.
How entertaining can it be when you know you're going to lose ahead of time?
Well, most people, as indicated by your show, don't know that that's part of the game. They don't realize that they've already lost. They don't realize that it means nothing.
You know something? Only in Florida could they come up with something as half-assed as this. That's just unbelievable to me.
I'm not suggesting you don't go, because it's really pretty there, and they have a great steakhouse in there, I hear.
There are chances of my going for what you're describing to me on a scale of -0. Now, next time you come to Toronto, I'll take you out to Woodbine. You'll see what a really nice racetrack facility, casino is with 1,700 reel machines.
Now, for anyone who would dispute me, the reason I know this is because the last time you were on the air talking about this, I was in the casino like a day later, and I pulled over an employee, who I won't mention because I don't remember his name, and I asked him the very specific ins and outs of the deal because I wanted to know, and he told me that I was not to tell anyone. Now, that was
not
months
to
ago.
tell anyone what?
I guess there's a they like the idea that there's a misconception about the slot machines and that they're really bingo.
Okay, now let's say you're playing Wheel of Fortune, okay? You played a bingo, you win something, and then the reels spin, and you get a spin on the wheel.
Yeah.
But then you still spin it the same way you would on a regular machine? Is that what you're saying?
When you play...
You punch Perry Como in the head.
All right, first of all, there's not enough Wheel of Fortune games in there to satisfy the need.
Well, there isn't anywhere. Same as to a Woodbine.
Everybody loves Wheel of Fortune.
Right.
You put your money in, you'll either get the bingo or you won't. If you don't get the bingo, the wheels are going to spin and you're going to lose. If you do get the bingo, then the wheels are going to spin. And then you might get a spin on the top wheel, and then you might win.
Right.
It's like a 3-tiered
So in other words,
deal.
instead of just pressing the button, it's a 3-step process.
Correct.
Instead of just 1 or 2.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Sounds like crap.
I've cleared it. Well, it's still entertaining. It's still random chance. I mean, it's no less or more fun than, I prefer real slot machines personally, but this is fun.
I don't want to have to play bingo.
Well,
or in fact, I was told it wasn't bingo, it was Keno.
It's bingo. It's a bingo board. It's bingo.
Yeah, because bingo, you're right, is legal.
Right.
Now, does this have something to do with the Pope also? I mean, did the church get a cut of this?
To do with the Pope.
Uh-huh.
How are you otherwise?
Oh, great. Now, what time's your show on XM?
Last week I was up there. Now I'm back in negotiations from 8 to 10 p.m. on the East Coast, which is, Drive in the West Coast, all that, on NASCAR 144.
Right. And then where do you do the show from?
Well, that's the thing. They want me to move to Washington, D.C.
Well, why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
What difference does it make where you do the show from? Plus, last time I checked, there was no auto racing in Washington, D.C., except on the highways.
Well, around Dover. It's kind of close.
Dover?
It's, yeah, I know.
Right near Dover Downs and right near Harrington Raceway.
Right.
But they got the slots up there, by the way. They got fantastic purses because they got slots. We need that in Florida. Nobody's talking about that. It's on the ballot in November.
I'm voting, baby. I'm
Okay.
totally voting for the
real
slots.
slots we're talking about. Not make-believe, not bingo, was a dog, all of that, but real stuff. Well, nice going, Joe.
Well, thank you very much, and hopefully I've explained it, and, you know, people can dispute me, but I asked the people there, and this is the explanation I got from them.
You kept me out of there. Thanks.
No
See you,
problem.
Joe. Good luck. Later. Joe Costello, who used to be on overnight. Oh, by the way, Mark Eisenberg's on the new 790, which is unfortunate.
Yes, and a couple other stations.
Stu Gatz.
Yeah.
What? I thought Stu Gatz is the PD over there at 790.
He is.
No, I'm not talking about on XM. I'm talking about on 790 The Ticket.
I see.
With our good friend Joe Rose and Zach. Huh?
Eisenberg wound up over there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was just saying that, and then you said, I know.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about the other joints.
The other joints?
Because he was on the Clear
Who's got
Channel
the other
station for a
joints?
while. Brian.
Oh, does he?
I hope so.
Hey, it looks like he's been smoking them. 20 till, now what does this say? It says, according to, this is scandalous, according to the National Hurricane Center website, the prediction as of 10 o'clock this morning, there is an 18% chance that the eye of Francis will pass through Miami. Also, as you've seen, the official NOAA and National Hurricane Center map shows Francis east of Lake Okeechobee Saturday at 2 o'clock in the morning. The Weather Fairy and Fairy Jr., when she's sober, know all of this information, of course, but it's in their best interest to whip everybody up into a panic. They should both be horsewhipped for their irresponsibility, but I think they might enjoy it too much.
It's on and a hammer. What a powerhouse lineup. 560 QAM.
Undisclosed location have been revealed. The cloning of a super race will continue into the future when there will only be a world of Cheneys.
The committee has convened. Hello, I'm ready to declare 30 more subsidiaries of Alabama to the Middle East and absolutely nothing else in line with how legal matters will be submitted to Baker and Mudds. I want answers from my staff on why my daughter has to be lesbian, and so I'll get right on and voice you with the record. Madam G, that's your daddy. Are we ready to go on that search and destroy mission for that last remaining duck? Yes, Dick, I'll get right on it. That is, of course, if we can find anything better to do. I'll start packing the and who's your daddy? 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 Who's your Is that the one? I believe and be very, very quiet.
A world of Cheneys. Coming soon to Carlisle Blows Theaters.
Coming it's still 2 at 560 WQM. Mary Cheney is a selfish hedonist, says Alan Keyes. The dark-complected Republican candidate, desperado candidate for governor of, senator from Illinois.
Right. Who's running against our friend Barack.
Barack Obama, with the banjo on his knee. Barack is 42 points ahead, by the way, in the poll. He's way ahead. But Alan Keyes, that right-wing, dark-complected, self-hating farcer, says that Mary Cheney is a selfish hedonist because she's a homosexual.
I see.
So she is a selfish hedonist. So says the unctuous, Bible-thumping, holier-than-thou, dark-complected Alan Keyes. How many votes do you think he's going to get in Illinois?
About 30, man.
How do you rate George W. Bush's first term as president? It's our poll question today. It's our second poll today. Big one on the first one there, huh?
Right.
Joe Rose's done pretty good. Howard Stern kicked ass. Thank God for that, Greg. 683 votes. How's Bush's first term? It better be his last. 347. Disaster, 143. The worst ever, 52. Outstanding, 52. And it is mild. Good, 32. Weak, 24. Mediocre, 18. And okay, comme si, comme ça. Menza, 15. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir?
My
wife just called me. She says Penelas came on TV, says this is going to be a catastrophic storm. He's getting us already. What do you think?
What does that mean? What did he say? His wife just called him.
And Kamal just said that it's going to be a catastrophic storm.
And? So what does that mean?
It will be for somebody.
Yeah, for somebody, right. We know that. So that's a bulletin? There's some soothing music to calm me down from the Weather Channel before we tell you that we're all going to die moments from now.
Pessoas muriendo aqui.
Today, scattered thunderstorm.
Well, we know that. We don't want to hear the local forecast. Do we? We don't want to hear anything.
Why not?
No!
It's going to be hot. It might rain.
It's going to be hot and humid, might rain, might not. Thunderstorm here somewhere, huh? We want to hear the latest. We want to hear the inside scoop, man, the inside story. And we also want to hear...
Just a reminder for our radio listeners that the end of the world is going to come next Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. And the Department of Health has requested homeowners to unplug all electrical appliances, turn off radios and TV sets, and disconnect gas stoves and furnaces. The post office recommends that you mail early in the day. And for those with automobiles, alternate side of the street parking will be suspended. That's the end of the world next Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Mark it down.
Welcome to a very important edition of Tropical Update. I'm Janetta Jones.
Johnson, for the second time this year, on Category 4 hurricanes churning in the
tell us something, okay? Tell us something.
Hurricane
You people
Francis,
are supposed to be the weather
and we have
channel.
the 2 p.m.
And they still got
advisory,
the 11 a.m. on
update here. Let me give you the new information.
Yeah, give us
you can
the
look at the
information
screen here.
Bozo.
A lot of the information is the same. Of course, the location is not. We have a look at the latitude 21.8 north and longitude 70.4 west. That's about 700 miles now. Instead of 735, that's 700 miles east-southeast of the Florida East Coast. And we're looking at the pressure here. We have now 941 millibar from the latest Hurricane Hunter. So the pressure may have gone up a little bit. That is not substantial, really. So staying in about steady state, really.
As Hurricane Francis moves closer and closer to Florida, people are piling into the stores, grabbing everything they need to wait out that storm.
Everything they need to make sure their neighbors can't get
Robin Kish is in Miami, where people are lining up.
Yeah. Look at this.
The lines have been long at this Miami Home Depot store all day yesterday and this morning. Take a look inside. You can see that business is brisk here as the rush is on to shore up before the storm. 15 pieces of plywood. That's as much as customers are allowed to purchase at one time. Many are being sure that they're stocking up early, but deliveries are coming in. The trucks are full. Plywood is flying off the shelves. In fact, electric generators here at this point
now, what would
are
you rather
sold
have?
out.
15 sheets of plywood or 15 sheets of Charmin?
You're listening to Neil Rogers. QAM.
Ricky, a blow. You turd.
Bye bye, tell me bye bye. Bye bye, tell me bye bye. Now you're the voice of the stinking Panthers. For as long as the fans can stand you, scream like gold in your balls. You that obnoxious little doo-doo out of here, you spoiled little lie, my Chelsea, my
$158. Well, Curtis Stevenson, I'll guarantee you one thing. You stick with 560, man. Our vast news resources, right?
That's right.
Our storm specialists, our weather center, our news people, our hot connections all around the community and all around at the National Hurricane Center. We're going to keep you right on top of it, right?
Right.
And if we don't know what's going on, we'll just make up some stuff. Anyway, here, I don't think they did a really good job, do you?
No.
At 2 o'clock this afternoon, the eye of Hurricane Francis, located near latitude 21.8 north, longitude 70.4 west, or about 60 miles east-northeast of Grand Turk Island, and 700 miles east-southeast of the Florida east coast. Francis is moving toward the west-northwest near 15 miles an hour. That's a little bit slower. That's good. The slower, the better. Because the slower it slows down, you get more chance to, take a curve right up there toward Jacksonville would be good.
Yeah.
Trailer parks. The general track is expected to continue during the next 24 hours with a gradual decrease in forward speed. Oh! Got it? Good.
Got it.
On this track, the core of the hurricane will be passing near over the Turks and Caicos Islands later today and the southeastern Bahamas during the next 24 hours and blow a lot of those grave robbers away. Maximum sustained winds remain near 140 miles an hour. It's a Category 4. It's a Cat 4. While fluctuations in the intensity are expected during the next 24 hours, Francis could still intensify a little more before reaching the hurricane warning area. And Miss Kamal, Weather Fairy Jr., Channel 7, according to that caller, says it's going to be a catastrophic hurricane for somebody, somewhere. There's going to be a big blow, is what he said. Know what he said?
Something like that.
Of course, when the cops asked him for the big blow, he refused to do it. Or maybe he did do it. I don't know. Huh?
I don't know.
Wouldn't have been the first time. Of course, it all depends on how you define that, and we don't have time to go into that. Anyway, don't forget George and Boca Brian and Miguel today. Happy hour 5 to 7 at Treasure Island this afternoon, just north of the 122nd Street exit, just off the Palmetto, with Chona Jason's going to be doing it.
Bye, bye, bye!